Hello, people. Welcome. Trying a new lighting temporarily. So, enjoy. And it's to keep the hounds asleep for the afternoon time. So, oh, hello, Trisha. Hello, my tube. Hello, the bunny. Oh, since you're here, Trisha, should have done this earlier, but here, I'm gonna make you a mod. Enjoy. For your assistance with a certain website thing previously. My sound. Can't hear me? Is that what you're telling me? How about now? Hello? How about now? Everything on my end tells me I can be heard. Okay, well, one person can hear me. Okay, well, maybe it was you. Okay, well, what I said is for your assistance with a certain website thing before, you are now a moderator. Enjoy. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into this. I was interrogated twice on stream, and I'd like to analyze them just a little bit. See, I actually enjoy being interrogated. I don't take any of that personally. I find it good to just practice your skills, your verbal combative skills, if you will. So, assuming everybody can hear it, I'm gonna get right into it.
All right, but we can talk about Muse.
Yes.
Okay, so
now this is going to cover the Muse thing a little bit. Probably the last time I'm going to cover it, and then the Deity thing, which is the main point I want to hammer home as well, because I feel like they got the entire point wrong with the Deity thing, especially in the second interrogation. So to clarify.
Oh, the chat may have questions for you about Muse, actually. So we'll see what they listen. You have to understand that anybody that has questions for you, they're coming from a place of kindness and caring because there are people who are fond of you, to be perfectly honest. And they don't want to see you get wrapped up in some sort of fucking bullshit, taken up for somebody that doesn't deserve your white knighting.
Okay. Well, I get that. I also did a stream where I had those same people in there, and I was trying to dissuade their concerns. I'm not worried.
Okay. All right. Well,
but they're welcome to bring their questions. I do my best to answer.
All right. Well, then I'll start with what Be Kind says right off the bat. And
now I want to state, Holly is very clever. You see, to interrogate someone without having any hostility, using the chat as like a third party, that's a clever move. You know, she's a smart one. Keep your eye on her.
And I think that this is a nice consensus of the popular opinion. Be Kind says, this is like actually, see, Mary, there goes that blinking again. She may feel like a friend, but she's using you, bud.
I think we're using each other. You know, I originally brought her on my stream to screw with Deity, and now I'm using them for clickbait views.
Oh, I knew for sure that that's why you had her up, was as a dig. To him. I knew that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
you
We
did.
talked about him for 20 minutes just so I could put him in the title, and then we ignored him just so we'd think we talked about him for all those hours, and that's exactly what he believes.
Can I just ask you?
Okay, now can you hear me? Okay, cool. I know I can be heard now. I changed some settings around when other people couldn't hear me. So, as I had just said, what did I just say? Oh, my original purpose for bringing them on the stream was, yes, to fuck with Deity, and also a gotcha style moment. You know, there's a lot of bullshit you could easily use against them if there was anything of substance to use in a gotcha moment. I was expecting more. I was expecting a hostile interview.
What kind of things could you actually does he actually provide 20 minutes worth of content?
Sometimes,
Like,
yes,
unless you
because
talked about like what he ate that day, or
we were
you know,
talking
if he
about
when he made
his
his
weird
bed,
accusations.
oh, his weirdo accusations. Okay, fair
Yeah, he
enough. I
accused
can
one of
see
his
that.
moderators of trying to get another moderator in the sex trade. So
Okay,
it's
question
amazing.
number 2. Mara wants to know, why is she a mod of your channel? That's a good question, because do you know that if I come in there and say anything that she doesn't like, I'm gone?
Well, if she does that, we'll have a problem. I'll have to mod you too, apparently.
There will be a problem. A big
She
one.
seems to respect the fact that she doesn't talk shit about people who. Let's talk about the moderator thing. Now, since becoming a moderator on all these different channels, I've learned a little more about being a moderator. You can see who bans who times out who. I mean, all the moderators are able to see that for each other. So if any of that happened, it would be immediately visible. Now, what I'm curious about with the moderator position is, there was a thing about unhiding people. Now, from what I have seen, is you can't unhide people like that are already pre-banned. But if someone gets hidden on the channel and it's in the chat and the message is still there, you can unhide them. So you have to see it go down to unhide people. I think that's a very interesting thing. So something to keep in mind for anyone who is a moderator. You want to know his name? Look up Quintessential Christopher, and that will lead you to pretty much everything you need to know. Or is it the Quintessential Christopher? Whichever one. Anyway, moving on. I talk to me anyway. So you seem to respect that.
Okay. All right. Well, just know, let this be a warning that that's not
I mean,
like
does she
that.
have a history of going rogue as a moderator?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anybody
I mean,
that's
she
ever
said she's never been a
modded her
mod before,
before,
so I
because
was just wondering.
I'm just saying that for future reference. The the belief that she's not going to be rude or shit talk someone you're friends with is about to be blown out of the water, because she will do it to me.
I don't know. She
One or
says
the other.
she seems to think that she doesn't seem to have a bad opinion of you, from what I've gathered. But I would like to even take it a step further. From more I gather, she seems to have a fairly positive opinion of Holly. Oh, that's a good question right there. You didn't get banned from Deity? No, I'm a moderator still. I imagine I'll be staying a moderator. I actually hid 3 people today because I was in his chat. You see, you had people going in there, names I recognized from previous incidents, just trolling the fuck out of him, trying to say that RSN wanted him on his stream when RSN wasn't even streaming. It's amazing. Oh, and you had someone doxing his address again. Gotta love those people. You know his other moderators? Someone doxed his address and chat. They timed them out. I just turned around and fucking muted them and hit them. Like, what the fuck? Timing them out. His moderators are bad at their job in general. And don't tell me you people can't hear me. Okay, cool. I got my mic. You're good. Moving on. But I don't know.
She shouldn't. I was nice to her from the get-go. She's the one who is a crazy person. And not crazy in the kind of way that we are, like crazy in a not very nice to other people crazy. And I don't appreciate that shit. Okay, question 3. Mary wants to know if you got any bread at home. Oh no, wait, you got any bread, homie?
I do have bread. Yes, I eat sandwiches.
What kind? And what was the last thing you ate with it?
It is honey wheat, and I had a ham and cheese sandwich.
Oh, honey wheat. Mustard?
Yes, actually, mustard.
I only have
honey mustard as well.
I know people use mustard on that. I have a question. Did you know I have a condiment phobia?
You have a condiment phobia?
Yes, it's quite severe. So that's a no.
I've never heard that before.
Okay, I'm gonna take it as that. No. Yeah, I can't. Condiments can't even touch me. Yeah, I'll freak out. Mary wants to know: can you rotate tires?
Yes, I think so. Maybe I have to look up again how to do that, but yes, I think I have. I think I'm. Well, that is a good thing, and I noticed that he moderated you as well. There we go. We're back. You still can't find him? Okay. I will have a conversation with them, and I will get the information I need, and I will link people things. Just message me somewhere, and I can do that. Well, Bunny, what Wes did to her was even more fucked up. That's all I have to say on the matter. I think I'm aware of how to do that.
I'm not sure, you guys. That's not a hard yes. Not a hard yes.
I'll be honest. I don't know a ton about cars. I haven't worked in cars in years.
All right, quit being so selfish and run in my chat. Shauna wants to know if it's all. I'm fucking with you, right? I don't. Whatever. Shauna wants to know if it's all condiments. Yes, Shauna, it is. In fact, I was scared.
That has to suck, having a condiment phobia, by the way. I have nothing but sympathy for that. I couldn't eat anything without condiments. Okay. Oh, I see that. Well, that's not a very good look. I don't know if that was recent or if you were banned from anything like that recently. But if it happened recently, that's not a very good sign for things to come. Hello there. I can't believe it's evening one. Ah. Well, that will get you banned. I wouldn't ban people for that. I only ban people for specific things that are designed to fuck with people. So, yeah, calling people. Like I said, I've hidden 3 people on his channel so far, and they've all been blatant disinformation trolls. And like I said, someone doxed his address and they got timed out for it. What the fuck? Anyway, moving on through the interrogation.
I couldn't eat salad dressing until maybe like 5 years ago. I used to put salt on my lettuce.
I mean, I would say.
Oh, everyone's talking about my condiment phobia. Let's talk about something else. Oh, Sacha thinks that dog is Darby. Who's that dog? That's your
Which dog?
dog.
I have 5 dogs, so it could be any of them. There's a couple dogs.
Any of his 5 dogs. It's not my dog. Does that answer the question? Everyone's talking about my condiment phobia. I didn't mean to take over the interview. Oh, Mara wants to.
I mean, that completely derailed everything. People are shocked.
No, I'm gonna get you guys. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm very bad at maintaining focus. Back on track. Mara wants me to get to the dirt. Okay. So Muse. All right. I have a question. How long have you known her?
I reached out to them originally when we had, like, when they were still friends with Deity, because I heard there was some crazy bitch calling the FBI on people, and I didn't want them on my ass. So I reached out to them just to make sure they didn't have any issues with me.
Okay, I understand that.
And we didn't have any real conversation until our first stream where we hit it off. I think we've been talking more frequently since then.
Okay. Someone says
which, by the way, all of that was my idea. All of that was my idea. This whole idea they've manipulated into things. That was all my idea.
Okay, so this is a good.
That's the truth of it too. I mean, pretty much anything strategically has all been instigated by me. They don't have my strategic brain. So pretty much anything that's ever been done, especially in the public eye, has all been my idea, because I wouldn't trust their ideas, unfortunately. That is hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. If they banned you for that, that's fucking hilarious. It is, by the way, it is gross to smoke in the house. It makes your whole house reek.
One, actually, I only read the first sentence, but I think it's going to be good. People are asking me to read what Heather says. So Heather says, Heather H, my buddy, she says, YouTube, talking to you. The chat kind of sees you as a little brother. Don't you see why people are concerned due to her pattern of accusations against YouTubers she was close to?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's about 2 of them. Oh, yeah. Pretty much 2 of them, basically. The accusations on the first thing weren't actually against Brittany Simon. So it's 2 YouTubers. And Brittany Simon started that whole thing, if you actually go back and look at the archives. So, psh. Now, if I'm the 3rd time, then yes, there's definitely a pattern here, and you all should probably get on that person. Okay, if it happens a 3rd time. But I don't think it will. A couple of them, but as I've said in my other streams, okay, if she tries that on me, that is playing with fire. That will not end well for her. I have her full docs, and she has nothing on me. And she didn't give me her full docs either. She gave it to me accidentally because of a mistake that was made. So they're not going to fuck with me.
Okay, I don't think it's necessarily about who's going to fuck with you, and their main concern is that she is going to fuck with you the minute that you don't agree with her or do what she wants, because that is her pattern.
Well, we'll see. I don't see that happening, but we'll see. Do you see how uncomfortable that little sentence made her? I find that interesting. I think she did not imply or like what I was implying. See, the thing is, a lot of these things that people say about them, my conversations I've had with them, it comes off as the wrong way. Like, people think they're this woke SJW who's trying to victimize themselves off people, but they don't come off as that to me. None of our conversations, I don't like those kinds of people. So if they'd come off like that to me, we wouldn't be friends.
I think that's why everyone is so surprised by this. People give you more credit than that. My thought is that you might have a wee little crush on her, maybe, or are attracted to her in that way, and that tends to blind people. No offense to you, don't get all.
No, as far as the other situation goes, I have firmly picked a side because, like I said, I have every text message they've ever sent, and I have a certain opinion of things. Like we said, we can discuss that part privately or whatever.
Yes, okay, that's fair enough. That's definitely fair.
But I'm not going to defend them for all the things they've done. If they called the cops on real stream news and things like that, I could make that happen. We're on good terms. I could make that happen. We could have a dual seance stream. I don't know if her Norse religion has seances, but we could do the equivalent. I'm not going to defend that. I'm just saying in this situation, I firmly picked this
You
side.
didn't call the cops on him.
I heard that she called the FBI on him and that he had to call.
Right. It wasn't the cops. It was the FBI.
Okay. Well, just to clarify.
Bureau of Investigation. Right. And
yeah.
Okay, so my question to you is, knowing what you know about stuff, have you seen something maybe that I'm not privy to that warrants her calling the FBI?
On Real Stream News?
Yes.
No, we haven't discussed Real Stream News either because we don't talk about people that I don't have a problem with. They seem to respect that, like I said.
Okay, she respects that. Okay.
Yeah, she does respect that a lot.
This is more of a comment. Again, it's less of a question, but Mara wants to say, I think you're letting your hatred of Deity blind you into trusting her. You don't realize that.
Okay, I'll admit that comment made no sense to me. If you watch any of my videos on Deity, I don't know how you can get the impression I hate the man. I dislike some of his actions, but I don't hate the man. He hasn't wronged me in any way. But, Oh, hold on. What is that? Give me a second. I just want to publicly state the fact she went on a stream and said that was her dead name, even if she feels that way, even if that's how she actually feels, that is the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. Legitimately. I don't know what in the world they were thinking doing that. Whenever I decide to go do on a stream with them, I need to explain to them how to not be comedy fodder, because they seem to be completely unable to not become comedy fodder. No, hello, Stephanie. All right, let's continue.
That will burn you in the end. This is the
well, I don't trust her, so we're okay there.
People are worried about you for.
Okay, well, I don't trust her, so we're good there.
Okay, he doesn't trust her, you guys. Okay, well, yeah.
I like her. I really do like her, but I don't trust
anybody. You don't trust anybody, not even me. You don't trust people. You're a
yes, bad idea.
Well, that doesn't mean much. All right, let's see. Hi, Missy. Cutie pie Missy's here. Hi, honey. Let me see. 50 Shades. Doxing is wrong, period. Fuck that. Jules, let me ask you something. Have you ever known me to dox anyone? Besides the time I freaked out after Andrew Hondo took down my channel more than once, and I yelled that.
I think that comment was actually directed at me and what I may have been implying previously. So anyway, I think Holly took that one on themselves. As for that comment, Holly's never been known to dox anyone. Prior to YouTube, I've doxed so many people I lost count. I'm not going to do it on YouTube though, unless I absolutely have to, and I have felt I'm absolutely backed into a corner. That would be just the horrible thing to do. It's dirty. You'd have to literally call the FBI on me before I did that to somebody. So Continuing on.
That he pushes carts at a Walmart. It could be any Walmart. That's really not doxing. But other than that, have you ever known me to dox anybody? Because this person has accused me on multiple sites and multiple chats of doxing her, which I would never fucking do in a million years. So that's my question to Jules. Ziggy! Zigzag's here. Do you remember Zigzag? She was on with us.
Yes, vaguely.
She's nice, huh?
Yeah, she's nice.
Oh, wait, I don't trust her either, so I can't say if she's nice.
I think we were discussing a spider at that point, I think, is when they were on stream, if I recall.
Okay, so Joyce wants the whole chat to know. Muse can have at least one friend. She'll cause more problems if she is alone in the world. Don't you think? That's funny. Even YouTube Schizophrenic thinks that's funny.
Even now, I still find that funny. Hello, Irish. Glad you're here. Yeah, you know, I wish not just Holly in particular, but everyone would get that through their heads. Honestly, they don't seem to take that that point seriously. They seem to think that I'm just like everybody else. I don't know why. I think Moast's videos are funny. If you go back and watch my reaction, I was laughing because
Right, but
yeah.
I mean the
But
way,
either way, we'll get into that
the way
private.
that he plays it, and it's like with the salt shaker and everything, like Wes is salty.
Yeah.
Woo woo woo.
Yes,
But
I appreciate the comedic value.
this whole situation was not funny for him at all, which I'm sure you can imagine when you get. Oh, I have a question. I have one myself. I have one.
Yeah.
Do you believe that he tried to human traffic her?
That's a lot of legalese speak. She seems to be on a person. Professionals have advised her of that. I have no idea in terms of whether or not it's actually legally trafficking. I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer.
Trafficking what? That she herself traveled across the country. He didn't force her to do that. She had no place to go, and he was.
I have no idea about the legalese of that. I have no idea. That I was saying is that they say they have professional. That was not a decision they came to on their own. So I don't know.
Okay, well, human trafficking entails him selling her to other people for sex.
Usually, that's what I think of. Usually,
right. Well, that's what it entails. So I was just wondering if you.
Now, actually looking at the human trafficking laws in the United States, that is not true. That's just not true. Just want to throw that out there.
Yourself. This is an opinion. This isn't about.
I'll tell you what. After those West Most videos were made, I got them in a private thing and was grilling them for over 3 hours. And you know, for the most part, I'm still not too clear on that, but everything else seems legitimate.
So. Okay, fair enough. I'll take that answer. Because I see a little chink in your little white knight arm there with that.
I said a lot of these things on there, like the whole thing with them faking their DID as well. I even brought that up. That I have an interview with one of their other personalities. I played them side by side, looking for like, are the mannerisms different, the voices are different, waiting for them to slip up, and they passed my test there. So
okay, well, you know the DID thing. I mean, I think that if she hadn't had all of these other questionable things, as far as the DID thing, I think it's just like the totality of the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
Like
the other thing is the feeding tube thing as well. That's also like the way it comes off to me. The gastroparesis thing.
Nobody doubts that. I think
that she can still eat some food. She can still snack.
It's not. No, she doesn't snack. She ate at his house like a lot of food. I saw.
No, I'm not going to get too much into health stuff. All of that, though, if you go back to before the West videos were even made in the stream, she talked about eating. Okay, this person's capable of doing it. Their paralyzed stomach doesn't prevent them. But either way, as far as the DID thing goes, okay, I didn't believe it at first either. But I've pretty much confirmed it rigorously at this point. I mean, they have planners going back years, for God's sakes, that they've shown me, and the handwriting's completely different. If they're faking it, they have gone to such an elaborate extent that even if it's not technically real, it's functionally real at this point.
Saw the receipts, like it was a lot. And it didn't differentiate between this, and this. It was just across the board. There was a lot of fucking takeout shit that I couldn't even eat, or I'd have like the poops. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they talk about draining their their stomach a lot. I don't know. Like I said, it's a lot of health issues stuff. I'm not too clear on that, but they've said before, like before all this was public or whatever, before people were questioning it, that they could eat some foods and that it's possible.
Oh, this is a good question. Hogan's asking me. Do we think Muse is more clever than YTS? No, I don't. That's why
She's correct. Muse is not more clever than me. No offense to them.
I'm so floored by this whole situation. That's why, in my mind, I think there must be some sort of like emotional feeling from him, because I know him well enough to know that under normal circumstances he would be all over that question.
I find them interesting because, yes, I've said before, they are manipulative, yes, but so am I. So I think it's a fun game we play. I also consider them, I think they're more trustworthy than a lot of people. So
okay. Oh, that's listen.
they don't leak my messages. So that's a start.
Oh, I would hope nobody would. Like that's
everyone does. Every single person I don't think you would have done it, but every other single person I seem to screenshot what I say and run off with it.
I would never do that. And you can ask anyone in this side chat. I could tell you the last time Mary did or did not change her underwear. It's definitely not public knowledge. I wouldn't do that. Oh, Kyle had a question where someone said, "Don't go there, please." Kyle said, "This is again a statement." Kyle said, "Sex trafficking and having feeding tubes, is that a new fetish?" Come on, that's not making fun of feeding tube people. That's just an off the cuff joke. Kyle and I make many gross jokes.
I don't know. The thing is I find that funny, and I bet if I told them, they'd also find it kind of funny. I don't see. The thing is, I think a lot of the impressions people get, like the whole thing with the dog kicking thing, I looked into that. They didn't kick their dog.
Listen, we get in trouble. You and I get in trouble for live streams where we think lots of things are funny that is not suitable for mass consumption. Clearly, people don't think it's funny.
I want to state.
Wait, what about the dog kicking?
I don't think they kicked their dog. I looked into that. I couldn't find anything definitive about dog kicking, and like everything I've seen with their dog, I just don't get the impression they have animal cruelty in their wheelhouse.
All right.
I know they did lock it in the closet, but they claim that closet was big and Cthulhu. You bring up an interesting point. And then some other things have been, like some screenshots going around that would at least indicate to me that perhaps that happened at one point. Now, I don't know specifically if those were from there, or either Holly's side was the one that got leaked, but there are definitely DMs that were leaked. Now, I don't know if any of them were from her side or if it was from her enemy's side, but either way, I treat everything like I'm being recorded, even if I trust the person, to be honest. It's a safe way to issues. So that's why it was freaking out.
Oh God! All right, so
I don't know if someone can show me a better clip of the dog kicking thing and convince me. I would love to see it.
All right, I right now I have just made a personal commitment to myself. I was on the fence about this particular video I was going to make because I already have the timestamps and everything. The only problem is some of the videos have since been taken down, and I didn't record everything. I just put the timestamps with the intention of going back to record. I'm going to show you the level of frustration that she had with that dog. And I promise you, by the time you're done with watching this video, you're going to definitely believe.
That video never came. In fact, the dog kicking thing gets brought up again, and I want you to notice a certain person's reaction to it. But, oh, yes, her background is fucking awesome. I mean, legitimately awesome. Oh, yes, I'm very close to the candle. I'm sitting over here playing with the fire. I find it soothing. I like fire, so I like playing with candles. And like I said, based on the time of day here, I need to keep it dark so the dogs are able to sleep. Otherwise, this stream would not happen. All right. Well, yeah. I'm careful with candles. I'm careful with every fire. Very paranoid. You think I'd let myself be lit on fire?
That she was abusive to that dog.
All right. I don't know. I've just seen the
That is
clip
my
that I've seen. I've seen her getting
strongest
pissed off at the dog and making the grunted face, and it looks like she's moving something off screen, but I didn't get the impression she was kicking anything.
No, she definitely kicked that dog.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't be on it so hard about it. You know what I mean? So
Well, I just know that, you know, when you talk about emotional and things, when you hate someone enough, even if you have legitimate reasons to hate someone, that it could, you know, think, oh, well, they must have kicked their dog. It could make that connection in your head. But I will wait for the video. I will wait for the video.
yeah, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna put it up and I'm gonna show you like hopefully now. Well, go ahead, Muse, because I did record like probably.
See, I wanted to kind of make the point that maybe if you're hating someone so much, you can be blinded by that hate and to see things that aren't there, and which is exactly what the dog kicking thing is. That is some collective hysteria, if I've ever seen it.
85. I definitely recorded enough.
Oh, about the revenge porn thing? Oh, I gave her shit for that too. I don't agree with her on that either.
Revenge porn. I'm saying that where she does stream after stream after stream where this dog is clearly doing nothing but trying to get like attention and affection from her, and not to a level where somebody should get pissed. And you can just see on her face where she's like, and she's getting mad, and she's like, she pushes the dog off her once, and it escalates and it builds until that video where she kicks the dog. And maybe I
well,
do
I
a better
will wait for
angle.
that because I couldn't find anything. Let's also just blunt for a moment. Be blunt as fuck. That twig of a lady is not doing any damage to that big ass dog that she had at the time. It's not gonna happen.
I do have a better angle of it than what you saw, but we'll see. I'm gonna change your mind on that one.
Oh, you've never seen the video of the dog kicking? We can go take a real quick detour to that if you'd like. That's fine, because the dog kicking thing gets brought up again when Real Stream News himself decides to do his little interrogation of me, which we'll be getting to in the second part here. So yeah, we can take a real quick detour to debunk the dog kicking thing once again. You know, this is probably one of the biggest reasons I'm even allies with this person, is because the dog kicking thing was such an outrageous claim that I had to look into all of the other ones and suss out the validity of them. Give me just a moment to find it. I have it saved here under a certain playlist. Okay, there it is. Still have it. Now, this is it, by the way, basically. This is his argument for this person kicking their dog. This is his entire argument, mind you. There we are.
This is her kicking her dog right here. See her face? Look at her kicking her dog. It's fucking crazy. Kicking her dog. Her dog was underneath the desk and she was kicking it. It's just wild that like he's like actually backing her up.
Everybody, I have a service dog. Yes, I'm willing to answer questions for tokens.
This was at the beginning of her Chatterbait stream, and Chatterbait even retweeted this. Check it out. Look, I'm going to show that Chatterbait retweeted it. Chatterbait even retweeted this tweet.
That was it. Grunted face, and Chatterbait's bot retweeted it, and I guess that's somehow evidence of something. Very confusing. If you're going to go after people, be more valid about it. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. All right. What else do we got? Exactly. It doesn't look like they kicked anything. And again, that twig of a lady isn't doing any damage to that. Because I don't like their channel's gone now, but that was a huge fucking dog. Huge fucking dog. Well, that's what I was thinking, is that she pushed the dog with her leg. Now, what she told me was that she was actually, like, trying to nudge the suitcase that the dog was messing with. So, anyway. RSN streamed that during the Deity interview stream, I think. He was basically shitting on Deity for doing streams with Muse. That's the timeline. All right. Well, that would be a start. Because it's hard to find information on this person because everything, like Real Stream News with his interview with her, is privated, so I can't watch it. So.
Oh, okay. Then that good.
Yeah, by the way, if someone has Real Stream News' interview with Muse about her original court case with her ex, please get that to me, because I would love a copy of that, because especially going around now with all those things, that needs to be put back up there on the internet for the rest of the world to see.
Good. Then I will get what I need off of there, and that might help. That might help change your mind.
I would love to. You see, I tried to do a deep. Yes, that was the service dog being sold on Craigslist. If you go back to the original stream that I did with Holly, I did my very first stream with her. It was where that Craigslist ad was posted. Literally, my first impression of Muse is that they're a dog kicker who may or may not have sold their dog for drugs. So, hell of a first impression. But yeah, that dog went to a farm and is happy. They still get updates on them to this day. Deep dive into this person, because I was going to do
it about the revenge porn thing. What about that?
Where that he said, or apparently she was accusing Real Stream News of committing revenge porn on her for showing the alleged video kicking. I already argued with them about that. We had to agree to disagree.
Okay, so
because there was no nudity as far as I'm aware. So
there was no nudity, and there was no. She also, and I feel like this one should hit home with you. She also made an accusation that so many people came into her camming session that night that it froze up her channel, and that all these people were sent by Real Stream News to go fuck with her shit. Do you think that that's possible? Do you think that he went and told a bunch of people to go to watch her camming session? And because you were accused of the same thing, if you remember correctly, you were accused of being recruited and sent
for being a spy for Real Stream News,
right? Do you think that happens, or that
based on his reputation, I think it's possible, but I don't know in this case.
All right, what about me? Do you think that I would engage in?
No, you wouldn't engage in that. Certainly wouldn't.
Okay. My YouTube or my tube 777. Let's see that video, please. I can't right now because I'd have to. It's actually recorded on my phone. So, but this is and for Wes's sake, which I did promise him a couple weeks ago. Not that he needs it, because he definitely took up for himself and did a good job defending himself. But I will put up that is my next order of business. Except I have one video that's almost ready to go about the COVID-19 stuff. I'm going to do that first.
It's way more important.
I'll put it up. Oh, so all right. So let me make sure that everyone's done with. So Mara says if she's accusing him of revenge porn, then it shows she's worried about the content of the video he's showing. Well,
hold quick, I see a question. Why did they sell their service dog? Their service dog had some behavioral issues. Now, if you want to know where those behavioral issues came from, it came from their ex, the Brittany Simon ex, which of course is a saint who was ousted from their home by an evil Muse, of course. So the dog had some issues, some behavioral issues, and it doesn't work well as a service dog. So they had to get a different one. Well, from my impression,
there's definitely a reason why somebody is going to come out and accuse somebody of something that they didn't do. What is the motive of doing that?
I think
Stop them from what they're actually showing? Go
I
ahead.
think the impression I got from my conversation with her about it is she felt like it was a violation of privacy in a sense that cam was then leaked to the world. I don't, like I said, we agreed to disagree on that topic, but that's their impression.
Okay, well, I think it's kind of weird to anyone who cams that. I mean, like that to me would be the epitome of no publicity is bad publicity. So more traffic to your channel if you are looking for traffic. And I've heard.
Well, I get your reasoning, of course, but I don't saying they shouldn't have a dog is just, from my interactions with them, is entirely unfair. As for the dog, yes, the dog had some attachment issues and had to be around them, but at the end of the day, you have to work. I mean, you can't sit there and just go homeless and starve to death because your dog is around you. Okay. So that's probably one of the reasons she sold the dog to someone who could give her a better life. You have to work. You can't just sit there and go homeless because your dog wants to get involved in something they can't be involved in. You know, I have to do things to my dogs when I leave the house for work to make sure they don't destroy things. It's just the way it is.
Heard her say before she
someone's
tried to advertise her camming channel. So
someone's asking about the cult thing. All I will say is that the thing she talks about with programming and conditioning is very accurate from my personal experience. So I would believe that they were either in a cult at some point or something. The dog in question for this video is not the dog you're thinking of. The dog was that dog that they're in question is not young. The new one she has is young and is in training. Thing related to that, yes.
Jennifer H, just again, this is just a statement, not a question. She's either incredibly unlucky or she's a fraud.
I think she sucks at defending herself.
I happen to
She
think
really does.
the latter, Jennifer H, but you know, people
I think if she defended herself better against people saying things about them online, they'd have a lot less issues. Because a lot of the impressions people have of them, I don't feel like are accurate. Because they're not an SJW. They make fucking some really dark jokes sometimes. It's, I don't know. The impression I got from them from the internet was entirely opposite from what I got from them in person. So. In the full clip, she puts it in a very big closet type area, and the dog kind of doesn't react well to it because it's got attachment issues. But you know, it is what it is. Probably should put it in another room from the very beginning. But the idea, I guess, from her logic was that if it was out of the way and not causing problems at the time, then you could just keep it in the room. Because, like I said, it's got attachment issues.
Okay, well then you have to understand that everybody is basing their opinion off of what they see on the internet because not everybody has a personal relationship.
Oh, I'm not blaming anybody for that. I'm not blaming anybody.
Sure.
I'm just saying my personal opinion.
And by the way, this is a good example of how two adults can agree to disagree on stuff. And
All right, that's pretty much the end of this one. Let's move on to the next one. The next one has the deity stuff, which I also want to keep hammering home so that people can understand the logic here. Give me 2 seconds. We'll go from like where I joined in, because why not? Oh, you see Bells of Nevermore in there. Bells of Nevermore got crapped on in this stream. We'd already made up, but I guess publicly people are offended on my behalf, which is fine. But anyway.
I gotta get up for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Is that okay for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanna pose a question. The very first stream I ever had with Holly, the same thing happened. Real Stream News joined, then she left the room. Why did she try to leave us alone together? It's happened twice now. If it happens a third time, I'm gonna think there's some sort of weird conspiracy here. Just saying. I was just joking. But anyway, it's interesting. Something I remembered.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Back. You don't answer too much because I need to hear it too.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just bullshit with you for a second. Let's chit chat. So what have you been doing this week? How have you been doing?
I've been apparently going from channel to channel, being made a moderator.
Why are you doing?
I went to Suits, and he made me a moderator too.
Okay. Why would you do that though? Why would you be doing that?
I'm not trying to. We'll get into the Deity thing when she gets back.
Are you trying to gain some like attention from different channels, maybe?
I just want to talk to these people. These people seem interested.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. Don't get me wrong.
So a little bit of clout here and there, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of clout. But some of these people are legitimately interesting to talk to. You know what I mean?
Who? Well, tell me about it. Like who?
Like Suit, it was very interesting to talk to. I feel. I know that you all just had a falling out and all that, but
I don't have any.
Some advice for you people: if you ever happen to be in an interrogation setting, open up with your first move to put your interrogator on the defensive. It's a good tactic. I like it.
Interest in him. All he wants to do is repeat bullshit over and over and over again. And like he's like, listen, I can tell you what the problem with him is. He's upset that we had like a little thing working out, but then it didn't work out as well because he kept getting involved with all these people and then acting repetitive. And I didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again and talking about the same drama over and over. Like you see what he's doing with me. I was like over and over and over. It's just like, bro, first of all, it's a 12-hour stream. Nobody's fucking watching that shit. Second of all, like you're doing it over and over and over and over again. Nobody's watching that shit. And it's just repetitive, you know. I just don't want it. I didn't want to have to do with that. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. So after I told him to chill with the Queen stuff, he didn't like that, and then he wanted to out some personal shit. And if you're supposed to be chill with somebody, you don't typically do that shit. So that's why I just was like, nah, I'm good. I fell back from that, and then he like accused me of saying that, like I said, he lied about money. I don't even care about what the fuck money he made. That's between him and his.
Yeah, I caught that argument. That was
I don't care. I don't care about his money.
I think that would have been a lot better.
Like I'm just saying, I don't give a shit about his money. I don't care. But
if you heard, I was trying to give him some good advice. I doubt he heard it, but I stand by that. You know, going on rampaging on a stream like that was definitely not the way to go. Probably should have been handled privately. Probably would still be friends if he had handled it privately. But I don't know if he caught my good advice or not.
But you guys know how this is.
So I guess so Holly, I guess he's he's a mod for Deity now and Suit. So I'm gonna be real.
Okay.
It kind of looks like you're clout chasing, bro.
I always wonder why he says that like it's such a bad thing. He calls people clout chasers. What's wrong with being a clout chaser? But either way, I've always found the best way to deal with those types of things, especially things that are used very frequently, just own it, dismiss it, lose it all of its power. And then eventually they'll have to stop using it against you. As you'll see in just a moment. I mean, a little bit, sure, but I legitimately just enjoy talking to people.
I for one appreciate that you admit that, but listen.
But about the Deity thing has nothing to do with clout. I don't think I can get any clout from Deity at this point. His audience probably. That's the truth right there. No one from his audience is going to want to come over here. I'm not going to say no one, but most of the people from his audience are conditioned to think of me as some kind of predator out to terrorize the innocent. You know. The idea that a bunch of his people are going to come over here to speak with me. Plus, they wouldn't like me anyway. I'm an asshole. Deity is more their style than I would be. So, like I said, I'm not getting any clout from Deity. that's entirely my personal fun that I have over there. Being a moderator, trying to keep the fucking chaos in line. Because it's so much chaos over there. I've hid more people on his channel than I've hid on mine. It's funny. Really funny.
All. He's got a lot of subscribers. And most of the people that were on your channel before I scooped you up and put you under my 47-year-old Batwing were from there. So that's not entirely true. You can still get people from there. And you can do what you want.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I will actually react to that then after I'm done with this. If it's still up. Because that sounds interesting. Because we've already apologized like twice now. So we'll see if with the third time, if they're apologizing to me for something else they may have done to me.
I'm upset because you know how personally I took it when he treated you like fucking garbage. And I was worried about your mental state, okay?
Yeah,
I've seen him be far more off the fucking rocker, blow a gasket like than I've ever seen you. But I'm upset because I fucking took up for you, and now you're over there, and even just being in there is almost a little kiss his ass-esque, and I don't like it.
It's like, bro,
I get how it looks publicly.
At this point, it just looks like you're trying to chase clout with Suit, with Deity. It's just kind of what it looks like, bro.
I was in the suit. You know, I don't understand that aspect of it. Why people are so perplexed by it. Why people seem to have a problem with it. No one would understand. Maybe it's because it's not the traditional like drama YouTube games that we play where we sit there and shout into the void. I like to be personally involved. I like to play some games. I like to see if I can manipulate situations and have some fun with it. Okay, and if I can keep Sir Deity from fucking himself up completely, why not? Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Right? I literally end up in the same position I was previously. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting from. I expected the public to be confused. I wasn't expecting this weird sense of betrayal. I don't care, but either way, I wasn't expecting it. Thing actually to talk about Deity and the whole Dollar General thing. Actually, I was actually talking shit a little.
How does Deity feel about that?
Well, I would actually like to get into that. The whole thing about me and Deity, me being. Oh, I didn't answer his question, actually. How Deity felt about it. He was watching it go down. We started talking about him, saying that, oh, maybe Deity should come on. And know what that happened? Deity donated $20 in response. I don't know what the fuck that means. Maybe maybe that was an admission that what we were saying had a point about his Dollar General thing. I have no idea. But it's just something that happened. Being a Deity moderator was a very interesting thing that just was not expected.
Okay.
But we're basically we finally had our private conversation. He unblocked me on Twitter mysteriously. Now, I sent him a message. Let's talk. Let's finally. You should have done this ages ago. And we sat down. We had a good conversation for an hour or two.
Okay.
And the conclusion that we came to, first off, I got him to finally confess that okay, I didn't dox anybody. I also told him that you didn't dox him. Or I finally got that clarified. Because he was going around saying you were posting his address and shit. I got that cleared up.
Yeah. So what happened with that is you can ask Puffin. Puffin told me all about it. So Deity, as usual, doesn't do any fucking research.
No, he doesn't.
Live stream, some shit stirring troll comes in. CJ happens to be live at the same time and says, CJ's showing your address right now. So, now listen, that would never work on anybody
And first of all, I never did that. I
know you guys.
I never did that.
That's why I'm trying to clear that up.
Stuff about CJ.
Oh, Courtney, that's exactly what happens. I mean, if I was really evil, I could go into his chat and have him convinced of all sorts of shit. Because I actually know how to troll, and I have multiple sock accounts. I can get multiple people in there acting normal, and then just start dropping things that are believable but completely fabricated, and he'd buy it. I mean, he's lucky that I'm not actually evil, because I could have this dude humiliate himself publicly over and over again. And I'm surprised. I mean, it has happened, but I'm surprised it hasn't happened in greater droves. I'm hoping I can work with him to understand that his chat isn't to be used as a news source, but we shall see how he reacts. We're going to get into something later that I'm going to talk about as well, because I know some people are having questions right now about Deity outing somebody, and we'll get into that in just a moment.
DJ and doxing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wanted to go in there, explain to him the misinformation. I got him to, talk about. I obviously wasn't contacting all these people in his personal life. In fact, we speculated on a little bit on who it might have actually been. You know that Michelle D person?
Yeah, she's crazy.
She still sends Deity emails to this day. Well, Irish, that's generally how it works for me too. Although I am getting to a point now where there are some people who are trying to push me on certain topics to go with their opinion, where I might be disassociating with them as well. We shall see. The recent controversies. It's one thing to be concerned, but some people are just absolutely insane with their insistencies that I go with their opinion. So I don't like the whole thing Deity used to do where he said, if you watch this person, don't bother watching me. And I know I just caught a fucking RSN stream where he basically was saying the same thing. If you watch Suit Yourself, don't fucking watch me. And basically he's wanting nothing to do with those people. So whatever. I guess he's mad at me now. I guess we're not buddies anymore. We never were, but because I'm a mod over there. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But we both came to the conclusion, most likely, if anyone did it, it was her. So, because she had the Dollar General information originally from the stream.
Listen, it doesn't really even matter who did it, because there should have been no fucking reaction to it if you were a responsible person on your platform.
By the way, there are people out there still defending that Michelle D person. Okay, I've seen it. There's people involved on the sidelines that are defending this person somehow. Look, this person seemingly has put their says I put their family in danger. Okay, I didn't do that. That's all the proof I need to know that they're making shit up and that they're insane. So take that for what you will. I don't understand how anyone could defend that Michelle person legitimately. Like, how can you not suss out that they're clearly unhinged? Clearly. They sure as hell don't hide it well. So I don't get how you could not come to that conclusion.
You wouldn't turn
around. We're going to get right into that next. Don't worry.
Start looking up personal shit about Craig and then reading it out loud, which is exactly what he did.
Oh, I know. These
I can't stand these people. First of all, I can't stand it. People want to bring up fucking old shit about, when it comes to me, this is all they do. They bring up old fucking dumb arrest, or me going to court, having to deal with court fines, shit like that. And then people say dumb shit. First of all, I see it every fucking stream I go on. And then they say dumb shit like, oh, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. First of all, they don't know what the fuck I've been through, and they don't know what I've been through personally. You know what I mean? But they say dumb shit because dumbasses like Deity repeat shit, or I don't know, people talk shit, and then you know how it goes, right? You know what I mean? So I'm getting tired. So I'm getting tired of that shit. I'm getting tired of him doing that. I didn't even dox him. I was literally just watching his stream, and that's it. And he was acting like a fucking clown.
I know. I watched that, and I was trying to explain that to him. I did explain that to him. Explained that a lot. By the way, that little rant he just went on is a perfect example of why you shouldn't be having your personal life on the internet in any shape or form. Certain other people have their personal life on the internet in a 3-part series. And imagine if I were to track down Wes Most's ex-wife of 10 plus years, got her on for an interview. I mean, that's the kind of thing you got to worry about when you start airing things of your personal life on the internet. Continuing on. A lot of the things that people have said that you have done to him, because he thinks you're the devil, you can't just believe it.
I know. I just don't understand it. We've already squashed things, and then we squashed things, and he couldn't just be chill. Yeah. He turned his back on that and kept talking shit about me again. If you just shut the fuck up, you'd be fine.
And me and him we're talking a little bit more, and I planted the idea in his head. All these moderators are causing you issues. That make me a moderator. Why not? And the conclusion we came to was that making me a moderator would, first off, fuck with people. Second, it would put the other moderators in a state of fear and uncertainty. So maybe they wouldn't fuck with him. I'm going to keep the misinformation down. All these trolls who come in there, I'm just going to ban them. We're going to sit there and fuck with him. and maybe we'll keep him on the straight and narrow. Now, if he pulls something in his streams, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Okay, I'm just trying to keep him in line because YouTube's not going to ban him. You can't get rid of him. So let's just try and straighten
I'm
his
not
shit
trying to
out.
get rid of him.
That's the point too. They're not trying to get rid of him. They don't want to get rid of him. They don't want him gone. So what do they want? Do they want him to just continue fucking around and getting himself in trouble so they can do content? Probably. That's probably the real reality of it, which is fine. It makes sense. I somewhat agree as well. However, I think that it's best that when someone is, I'm not going to say as because he's not that big of a channel anymore, but he will get bigger eventually. His channel is currently in decline, but I have a feeling it will once again rebound. And when it does, he's going to have a new audience of people that I would rather him be mentally stable. Not mentally stable, but I'd rather him at least appear mentally stable while on camera and to react better to things. So if you don't want the guy completely gone, the only other option that isn't just, absolute chaos is to try and fix things. So take that for what you will as well. My personal opinion.
He doesn't even do research. What do you mean straighten out? He doesn't even care to do any research. He's a fucking moron. Literally everything he thinks about me, everything
Friendly Neighborhood Cthulhu. I thought about that, but I don't like bullying the helpless, terrorizing people who just don't stand a chance. It wouldn't even be fun. Okay? It wouldn't even be fun. It would be legitimately engaging in a battle of wits with an unarmed opponent. Okay? It's just not sporting. I'm not down for it. It's legitimate. It's just legitimate. It's cruel. That's what I would describe. Trolling Deity is cruel. So I'm not going to partake in it. It's just cruel. Now, trolling other people is fine, of course, but for him, it's just cruel. It's like an animal trapped in a fucking bear trap. Is like what it's like to troll Deity.
Everything he says about me has been repeated horseshit. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't get it. I'm the worst person alive to him. It's fucking crazy.
It's easier to change things from the inside than doing it from the outside because he doesn't even watch the videos about it. So if you can be on the inside and well, Cadus, Star Wars: The Old Republic. Let's talk about that real quick. I had that game streamed on my channel a lot previously. Then it stopped working mysteriously. I finally just now got it fully functioning, and then within fucking 20 minutes it crashed. And every time I've tried to get it up since then, it's crashed on me. I have no idea why. I can stream. I've test streamed, in private streams. Just all these other games, they all work perfectly. Star Wars: The Old Republic is the only one that fails. No idea why. I've got to sit there and just see. The problem is the Star Wars: The Old Republic is that game is held together by duct tape anyway. A lot of the time, there's so many issues with that game, technical wise, and I think streaming might just exacerbate them and make them 10 times more noticeable. You're absolutely right, Irish. Absolutely right. And YouTube does not care. Okay, let's look at the panel of people here and the things that we've all allegedly done and the things that at least one person on this panel has definitely done. If YouTube starts banning people, Deity is not going to be the #1 on their list. And I highly doubt any chance of that happening. YouTube does not care about its community guidelines, except for as an excuse to ban people they choose to. That's all it is. If people can go around doing some of the other stuff that's gone down here, okay, they're not going to ban Deity for the things he's done. It's just not going to happen. I would be shocked. Okay, I would legitimately be floored if we woke up one day and Deity had been banned for his things. I don't believe that YouTube doesn't know though, because all these other people get reported for their things that they do wrong. Well, YouTube might not know about Deity, but YouTube does know about all these other people and the things they've done. None of them have gotten banned. None of them. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if you can get Deity, or let me rephrase, if you can get YouTube to actually enforce its terms of service, I would be impressed. I wish they would. If they enforced their own terms of service, a lot of problems would go away. You'd have all these people who false copyright strike each other. All of them would be gone, out, and I would be down for it. I think they ban people based on PR and people pressuring them. So if you can create a big enough campaign to pressure them, maybe, but otherwise they're not going to care. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you disagree, that's fine. I've just seen so many people do whatever they want and just get away with it. So moving on back to the interview or the interrogation, I say, not interview, it's an interrogation. Maybe be informative and correct the shit at least a little bit. It's better than doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, dude. But so are you?
know if you're now the deity whisperer?
Yeah, are you legit on his side now? Are you really trying to help him?
No, we're not even friends. We're not even friends. This is a business relationship almost. I'm like the constable coming in there just to straighten shit out. We're a third party. Nothing's really changed. I was already in there creeping on his streams anyway, except for now I can post and have a position of authority.
Okay. Hold on, I want to say something real quick to the chat. Zenny, I don't know if you realize this, but it's me and Holly doing this right now. And if I'm happen to be ranting, you might fall the fuck back. All right. I can't stand people in the chat who be like, change the subject, shut the fuck up.
I don't understand. Like, I've always been like nice and respectful to you. I'm not saying you're disrespectful to me, but when I see you, when people actually send me screenshots of you shit talking Craig.
Did I mod my Star Wars game? Not with anything that would interfere with while I was streaming. Because no, the only thing I have is something called Star Wars Unleashed, or the Old Republic Unleashed, which I don't remember the exact name, which is just a retexture. So no, nothing that would have interfered with the streaming. Oh my God, they love doing that kind of stuff. You know, these people did it to me. These people did it. It's fine. You know, 2 people actually is an even match. You get 3 on there, I feel a little overwhelmed. But 2, I can take 2 opponents on at the same time. That's fine. All right. Anything else? Okay. Did Deity see this? I have no idea. I informed him. I like to give him updates. Hey, yo, I went on a stream and I said this, this, and this, so that people don't just turn around and make shit up and cause more issues. So, yeah. I don't think he actually watched it, though. No, probably not.
To the point that, like, the stuff that you're saying are lies.
No, he has no reason for it at all.
Together streams with talking to him. Like, if you got something to say, just fucking say it. Like,
Yeah,
don't go around pussyfooting around.
Hey, if you don't like me, hey,
nobody's gonna see it.
Yeah, if you don't like me, hey, get fucked, get banned, don't watch. Real simple.
It's hard to not watch people if you don't like them.
Real
and
simple.
then goes back to Butthurt Phil. I don't want him to go off of YouTube. I don't care about that. What I would like is some accountability in the fact that I don't like what he's done to this woman. If you guys really saw the extent of it, because you know what? I think he's a fucking asshole. Be an asshole. But don't come out and pretend like you're not a fucking asshole and just...
Now, as for Deity's boss, I haven't actually spoken with her, so I can't verify any of this. I haven't had any chance to run my tests on her, so I wouldn't comment on it personally at this point. But based on everything we've learned so far about the Dollar General story, I'm more inclined to believe his boss at this point.
Spin this narrative that you can use to manipulate and take advantage of your subscribers, because some of your subscribers are my subscribers and a lot of my subscribers are my friends. And when they are hurt, like Trisha Pafisha has been damaged, like psychologically, and I feel fucking bad for her. I want him to stop doing that shit. And I've seen, you're not going to make him stop being an asshole, dude. He's been an asshole for the better part of 30 years. Why doesn't he come out and apologize and tell the truth about what he did to this store manager.
He
Why
won't.
did he do that?
I see someone in the chat asking,
Comes on the other day and puts up this fucking thing that's post dated, doesn't even make any fucking sense, that he sent to dollargeneral.com and that anyone can do, and tell this whole what he doubles down. He doubles down on the lie.
yeah, we did not discuss Dollar General. I don't. None of that story makes any sense to me.
Bye, Bears. Love you.
Someone in the chat is asking if Deity asked me to fix him. I got the sense he was asking for my help because he clearly does not have a handle on the situation. I somehow know more about what goes on his channel than he does. So,
Do you see what Kyle says right here? My comment that I pinned. It's a little slap in the face. So
Kind of, yeah, because everybody.
I don't know if she was hurt. Maybe she was hurt a little bit. Interesting. Okay. What I said was I don't think she was hurt. Maybe she was a little bit, but I think she was more along the lines of concerned. You know what I mean? Especially because if you just see it without any warning, you're probably thinking, what, did they switch sides? I think that was more along the lines of this. Oh yeah, I still notice them with the comments doing some things. Still notice them, like I said, with the comments doing some things. I'm not a fan of that, but we'll see if they get any better.
But he was worried about you. By the way,
I'm loyal to a fucking fault.
yeah, can I ask him?
I'm
What's
not saying you were being disloyal to me by going over there, but
what about the Muse thing too? What's up with that?
What about it? We're friends. Based on things she provided me, I have a particular opinion on the situation. And
what's your opinion? I'm sorry, I know you want to talk about it privately, but I'm actually very concerned about you.
He knows I won't push him to answer anything he doesn't want to answer publicly.
I'm not going to get into the whole trafficking thing. I don't know if the trafficking thing's true. Based on both of their characters, based on the information I have on both of them, I have picked a side based on that.
You know that Wes is like 100% honest about the situation, right?
Yes, Wes Moast is a saint beyond reproach. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That he's a 100% legit. Every time I've dealt with him, he's been 1,000% legit with me. He's never done any fuck shit ever. Ever. You know that every time I deal with Muse, it's always some bullshit.
He went above, Wes Most went above and beyond to help this woman. And you can see when I'm talking to Wes that I'm getting frustrated.
A saint out there doing the good of the world with asking nothing in return. Of course, Wesley Moast.
With him because of how fucking kind he was to her after she shit on him. Now, see, I know that you've seen YouTube Schizophrenic, whatever she's shown you, and you've seen your side, but I have seen it all. Wes showed, I have seen all of their texts, and
I'm pretty sure she just lied to me. 80% sure she just lied to me. She has not seen every single text message they have. I have. I've seen everything. I've had it. If you watch the first part of the interrogation, I even told her I had everything. Why she's bringing it up to me now like it's some kind of shock value thing? I'm like 80% sure she just lied to me. Now that's fine. People I know are allowed to lie to me. I'm not like Suit where if you lie, that's the end of it. People I know are allowed to lie to me because usually once I've had enough interactions with you, I can tell. So if you want a proof of that, I know of people lying to me. Muse has lied to me. Go back and watch our very first interview I had with Muse, and you'll see when I start going near the beginning, I go on a rant about people fucking privating their videos, and they're like, "Oh, well, the only thing I have privated is related to my ex." And like one of the videos she had privated is where her ex, the Christopher person, admits to raping her while she was unconscious. So she says those are the only videos she had privated because she doesn't want them used against her and her psyche and related to her court case. That's not true. She full on lied to me. She had a lot more videos privated, and I knew it at the time. I just let her get away with the white lie because not worth pressuring them on. But there you go. I know when people are lying to me. And once you've lied to me once, it's very hard to lie to me a second time.
my word is good. I wouldn't lie to you.
So wait, you've seen them all, and that's the conclusion you came to?
My conclusion is that
Okay, interesting.
And by the way, I just saw someone
he's
said
a
I
sex
hid.
trafficker.
Someone said I hid. What is it? Stewie. Someone said I hid Stewie. I have no fucking clue if I did, but fucking when people say dumb shit in the chat, it's just getting fucking annoying.
No,
They're like saying dumb shit.
I don't think Stewie got hidden. I didn't.
I don't fucking think so. But like,
None of the mods can see that. So
like I don't understand why we say, oh, you like why are you just talking shit when we're just literally trying to have a conversation about Deity and fucking Muse and shit. Like I don't understand it.
What is with people picking fights with their chat? Because I've seen both of them do it. I've seen Deity do it even worse than everybody combined. What is with it? I don't get into fights with people in my chat. I get into like maybe a little bit of a debate with them, but I don't sit there and like act shitty to them. Even the trolls who come in saying like the horrible shit, accusing me of being on meth, I usually just joke around with them. I don't understand getting angry. I mean, if someone wants to come in here and claim their family lives in fear of me, I'll play off you. That's fine.
I don't see Stewie hidden.
But as far as the Deity thing, like I said, I don't consider myself on his side about a portrayal of something.
You know, CJ and I had to talk about you, Alex, and he's not. He wouldn't do that. He knows that.
It's just people are worried about you, and like people listen. You can have your own opinion. I'm just saying, I'm worried something bad is going to happen to you. You know?
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
you know,
me and Muse have had a long conversation about what will happen if they try to do something bad to me. So I don't think.
By the way, Hogan, I didn't put you in a fucking timeout. That wasn't me. Like that's.
Yes, bringing someone you don't know into your home is dumb. Also, Muse going into some stranger she met online's house, pretty fucking stupid as well. And I'm sure they know that now.
So fucking annoying. Why am I getting blamed for timing fucking people out?
No, Hogan, you can't come in and call my guest a piece of shit.
Like this is what people keep doing. People keep talking shit. Like you wonder why you're getting hidden. You wonder why you're getting hidden.
You can't do that, dude.
Like it's Holly and fucking RSN burn notice, and you're sitting here just talking shit. Like, why is he talking about anything? Like,
you piece of shit! Don't ever put me in a timeout. You can't put somebody on here a piece of shit because you know what's going to happen. My other moderators are going to put you in a timeout because I don't ask people to come up here. Hogan, I like you. We have no fucking beef, but I don't ask people, offer them a link to come on my channel and then let people shit all over them because that.
Yes, a little bit. You know, before I ever had a conversation with Muse, I was looking into things before our first interview just to, you know, figure out what I could use to conquer their psyche. And that was one of the things I found immediately, that this dude needs to be locked the fuck away. The fact he isn't locked away is frankly disturbing. You know, he went on a live stream. First off, they leave this part out of that interview with the West Moast part 3. Do you know he has another girl that claims that Mr. Christopher did the same thing to them? Did we just forget that? And that he went on a live stream sort of joking and bragging about anally raping people, which is the same thing he's been accused of. Just throwing that out there. Either way, how anyone could look at the third part was a mistake, because the third part ruins his entire case just in of itself. Makes you question the other two parts and wonder if maybe the way he's showing things is the way they actually occurred.
Then nobody wants to come on your channel.
I'll be honest, the first two parts were kind of like some petty hit pieces. The third part is legitimately disgusting.
It doesn't make any sense.
I just don't understand. And then you have other people like Lord Ferret in here. Like, why was I being hidden? Listen, you are an asshole. That's why you were hidden in the first place. I'm not hiding you now, but you are an asshole, period.
Ferret,
that's really it. I mean, I think you're a fucking asshole scumbag. I mean, it is what it is, but.
Oh, I see Bells of Nevermore in the chat saying that. That is very true. That is very true. That's why I don't hold anyone accountable for their opinions at this point, because the information is limited. But if you look at the third part is the flaw in all his little bullshit. If you dig into the information on the third part, you'll come to the same conclusion I did. And then that'll cast enough shadow of doubt on the other two parts that I think he defeated himself. So that's why I'm not hammering it home too much. I'm gonna be put in the same situation she was. No, I'll just make another video on him. I'm really not that attached to the guy. We're not buddies. I mean, I've made that clear to him as well. I'm not on his side. I'm just here to, like I said, I'm watching his streams anyway to see what he does, see him freak out on people. The only difference is now I can post and ban people.
More, like I know YouTube's Schizophrenic probably better than you ever knew him, and he's a lot. It's almost like insulting the way that you talk about him and his mental illness. Like,
as a whole, I find it insulting the way people keep coming at me, telling me they're worried about me, that I'm going to be made a victim. I find that whole thing kind of insulting. You know, at first it was fine, it was a concern, but some people have been legitimately insulting about it. And honestly, I feel like some of the machinations I've pulled off on YouTube just publicly should be enough to convince people that I should be safe. But I don't know. Maybe I overestimate the things I've done publicly. But I think I've pulled off enough machinations that people should be at least, you know, aware of the fact that I can take care of myself.
he's fine. He's not, you know, you almost implied that he was off his meds and he was going to go shoot up a school. I think he'll be all right.
Wait, who said that?
I said that that's the way that Heavy Down, when she came out and told she's supposed to be an advocate for peace and the understanding of people with mental illness, and all she did was incite a situation where Butthurt Phil was actually scared of YouTube Schizophrenic because that's the way she spun it.
His sister played a big role in that too. But yeah, we've squashed that, me and Bill. So
okay, well, she just came out and said a comment, and I'm just responding to it.
I know.
She says she's worried about you, and like I don't know why everybody's treating you with kid gloves because
they see him, they see what he's doing, and they're worried about him. That's why.
Oh no, he knows I'm worried about him, especially with Muse getting taken advantage of and finding himself in the same position that Wes was in. For one.
Hold on. What was that one? 2 seconds so I can find the comment I just saw. Well, he seems to pull that little card on everybody. I don't care. He can pull whatever card he wants. That's fine with me. He'll find that I am unlike the other people on YouTube when it comes to those types of games. I know, Bunny, and I'm not referring to you or probably anyone in the chat, really. I don't think anyone, there's some, not in this chat anyway. No one in my chat has been overwhelmingly insulting to me. There are some people in other people's chats when this topic comes up that, boy, say it to my face, my friend. But anyway, now most of the people in my chat are fine. I get your concerns. That's fine. I'm not talking about any of you all.
100% sure. But that has nothing to do with like the stuff that he divulged to Heavy Down.
Yeah.
Which was what he struggles with and with his mental stuff. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Hi, Lucy. So
I see Lucy in fucking what is it? Elvis's chat all the time. That's hilarious.
Doug says, "Oh, someone told me to check Twitter. Is that because someone says Ferret has new info?" So
I don't know. I can't stand Ferret. I think they're a fucking asshole. They literally just come and start drama and repeat shit that other people say.
You're not gonna like somebody that is on somebody else's stream with like.
No, all they're doing is repeating what he's saying. Though all they're doing is repeating that shit, you know. And then they come in here like, "Why do people dislike me? Why? I wonder why."
I don't know who told me to check DMs, but oh, okay, yeah. This someone who actually knows.
Ruby Violet. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. We'll pull that up. I feel like it's the exact opposite. I feel like I've got to sit there and start yelling out my entire rap sheet because people are thinking I'm mentally retarded right now. So I get what you mean, even though it's like an opposite version of it for me. But I get how you feel.
YouTube Schizophrenic, like a little bit, you know what I mean?
Oh, and they said they went through suit. They went through suits. Well, they said suit. Miastra and Lord Ferret went through Deity's email and they said what he was doing was illegal. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them, Holly.
What he was doing was legal, or
No, he said it was illegal. They said they went through his email.
What are they
Oh,
referring
he was. Oh, the duck thing. Suit has hacked both me and Holly's stream and forced his duck onto the thing. There's nothing I can do about it. He's more tech savvy than I could ever be, and he's forced it onto my streams permanently, and there's just nothing I can do. There was some absurd shit in that email.
I listen, Holly. I wouldn't trust them. I really wouldn't. Ferret is trying to say it. They went through Deity's email and shit. I wouldn't trust them.
Right. What email and what? I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't know. They're gonna say they went through his email and shit.
That was a joke, by the way. That was what Heavy Down was claiming at one point. The Bells of Nevermore was claiming at one point. No, the duck thing is just the symbol for StreamYard. It's just the watermark. I kind of like it too. I think it's neat. But yeah.
Shit like that, and that they found things. I wouldn't trust it. I think it's
there's somebody that knows YouTube Schizophrenic that likes him, that's been following from the beginning, and she says that the whole thing is about having some control over YouTube Schizophrenic from Phil's point of view, and
Really?
they know somebody that saw him actually make a reference to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I walked out of that meeting with more control over him, but we'll see.
Well, he clearly is telling people that he's got some control over you, and rather than have you go around dogging him out and shit, because you
I'm still gonna dog him out.
Bean
he just wants you to shut up. That's all. That's what I think he wants.
Exactly what it is.
Well, if I don't shut up and then he still keeps me on moderator or whatever, we'll see. I don't know.
He'll kick you the fuck off as moderator as soon as you make a video. Believe it. Or might actually maybe right after this. Right after this, maybe actually.
Is it his whole thing? You know that phrase, YouTube Schizophrenic? Better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. That's why he's got you there.
Exactly.
Keep your friends close, keep your enemies even closer.
Yes.
Right, and I knew you were going to come back with that. I knew.
Thinking on that phrase a bit more, the devil you know than the devil you don't know. Deity doesn't actually know me like at all. I'm still very much so a wild card. I don't think he could predict me. The only thing that he might be able to predict is the idea that I could enjoy fucking with people to the point where it could be used against me. That's true. If I have one character flaw, it's the fact that my desire to fuck with people overwhelms everything else. That's about all that he could probably suss out on me.
Dude, just be careful though. Seriously about this Muse thing. This Muse thing is scary. Just be careful.
It's very scary.
I will be.
Dude, never meet up with her in person, please, for the love of God. Tell somebody if you ever do.
Oh, bring a witness.
Don't bring two. Fucking record that shit. Record that shit. For real. I'm not even joking.
Odd Aquarian. No, he.
Now, that odd Aquarian person, go back and watch the chat for them. They were saying some things that were just blatantly untrue. I'm thinking they may have been a troll because, yeah, I've never seen them before. And in fact, I don't want to make any connections to perhaps that certain other individual who may or may not be heading a conspiracy against me, that I don't want to name them again. Because if I name them, they know. I've named them twice now, and within minutes, they have been sending me things on Twitter. So they're watching. All of them as a group are watching. And I think they may, in fact, have a connection to that little account there, Odd Aquarian, ever so slightly. Because they were spreading some things that I knew were blatantly untrue.
He lies to you.
Lie to me about what?
Some of the stuff I just said.
I mean, I don't get the sense that, like, the things that we discussed were more about related to, like, going through everything as it happened and less about, he seemed to agree with everything I said. So unless he's just kissing my ass, then I don't know.
It's a tactic.
Okay. Well, ineffective. I just want to keep the disinformation down and not have him going off about fabricated bullshit anymore.
That's a good one. I have a question to ask you, actually. How did you feel about him sitting up there feeling contemplative, as he says? Someone who, mind you, don't forget that he has been through hell to the point where he was suicidal because of the homophobia has befallen him. When he's up there contemplating whether or not he should out someone who secretly divulged to him that they are gay.
Actually, I know the full story behind it. He was actually referencing Hillbilly Hellride. Basically, one of Hillbilly Hellride's exes went on a smear campaign and made a fake Grindr account in his name. And I think these moderators found it and think it's real.
I don't think that actually happened.
I don't either.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck the confusion was here. They're gonna go into this thinking that Deity's the one who told me that. No, Hillbilly Hellrider said that. Now, about the fake Grindr situation, Deity mentioned in his stream today about the Grindr, making references to Grindr. Not like allusions that he's going to leak it, but references that if you have a Grindr, if you hook up on Grindr, you should probably delete it, is what he said. He's still making allusions to Grindr. So that's exactly, by the way, what happened. His moderators, probably that Rainbow Granny individual, found that fake Grindr and is now, once again, disinformation, giving it to him. Now, I'm not going to correct that piece of disinformation. I want Deity to keep thinking he has the man's actual Grindr, and if he leaks it, we'll go from there. So I'm just going to let that sit for right now, and we'll just see what he does with it. I will give him the rope and let him hang himself on that one. But yeah, I'm 100% convinced now that's exactly what happened.
I don't think that it really happened.
That's what Hillbilly Hellrider says, anyway.
I feel like you believe everything he says now.
No, that's Hillbilly Hellrider who told me that.
Told you what again? Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
Okay, listen. He might think that. He might think that.
That's what Hillbilly Hellrider is the one who told me that. I haven't talked to Deity about that.
Go ahead. Say it again. Go ahead.
Okay. Hillbilly Hellrider told me and a bunch of other people on a stream that basically his ex went on a smear campaign on him and made a fake Grindr account in his name. I haven't talked to Deity since he did that, but his moderators likely found that fake Grindr account and gave it to Deity. And now Deity, I wish I had been there for that. Deity was doing that. Yeah, he was basically implying he was going to out somebody.
No, yeah, I know. He said they're struggling with whether or not he should do it, and was reading the chat's response and gauging whether or not this would be good for him. And if he was trying to intimidate, if somebody would have dropped a $30 super chat, bam, it would have been fucking out there, guaranteed.
Yeah. So
people were like, "Listen, that's kind of shitty. Hey, dude, maybe you should be the bigger person." Then he didn't do it. Who needs to be told not to do that? You're gross. You're a gross butthurt Phil.
I think that was a weird, intimidation tactic. Like I said, I wish I had been there for that. I'd have told him to knock that shit off.
It was an intimidation tactic. It was a fucking low-key threat to try to get somebody to stop talking about him.
I mean, look what he did to me. He tried to stay.
Exactly my point. He was very smug, very excited. He thought he had found the scoop, and I want him to be under that impression. So if he does decide to do what I will continue to say he implied he was going to do, was that, what was I saying? Oh, if he continues to do what he keeps saying he was implied he's going to do, it's not going to do any damage whatsoever because it's not real. So I say that if he's going to pull something like that is undefensible in any possible way, which you can't come back from, let it be something that will literally fizzle out and do nothing. Let it not be affecting a real thing. So that's my opinion on that. That's why I'm just leaving that hanging there.
And old fucking shit that happened to me, trying to act like he's hard. He thought I was doxing him. I don't even think he actually really thought I was doxing him. I just thought he wanted to release some shit about me, like he thought it was a big deal or that I cared about it.
Farrah, I checked my DMs. I can't get in I don't have Discord on my. I can't get into my Discord right now.
Well, you see, I wasn't for sure if it was Hillbilly he was referring to at first, but then he, in his stream today, was talking about making allusions to Grindr and talking about Grindr, just, sort of in a way that it's obvious to me that based on that he's talking about the Hillbilly thing. Maybe I could be wrong, but I'm 90% sure at this point because it's just too much of a coincidence, in my opinion.
Holly, I would be really careful with that.
No, seriously. I'm fine. I just whatever. I mean, I can read it. It's not going to hurt me.
No, I know, but these people, man, just
Here we go.
The stupidity that's going around right now. Like,
Here we go right now. Okay, so Odd Aquarian says there's proof. The mods you think are crazy have been trying to hold him accountable. I don't know if I agree with that. When
I don't agree with that either.
one pissed him off, he freaked out, got paranoid, and lashed out. There's only one mod funneling shit to him.
By the
That's
way,
not
Zenny,
true. I know for a fact that's not true.
by the way,
There's
Zenny,
more than one mod funneling him shit.
I'm
I'm
not
not funneling
telling
him anything.
I don't tell
Why
Holly
am I
what to
trying to
do.
write?
I'm being a friend and telling Holly, advising her. That's it. I'm not telling her what to do.
No, I can do what he.
Like, what the fuck? Like, Holly, you better not do that, Holly. Ugh.
I'm a big girl, you guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's more than one mod funneling him stuff,
Then
and I'm keeping an eye on all of
tell Holly what to do.
them. There they are. They're getting mad at the chat again. I do not know why people do that. Maybe it's just maybe they find it fun. I don't. Yeah, that's what really bothered me, Basic Female, is the fact that his audience was just some of his audience. He was just sitting back and letting that happen. That's disturbing. Like, I'm glad that Hillbilly had the chat in his re-upload because, yeah, no, I cannot. Yeah, that chat was necessary, I think, to actually understand the full extent of what was going on.
Zenny, what has gotten into you lately? I'm a grown woman. He doesn't tell me what to do.
We're friends, so I tell her advice. It's not something she has to do or not do.
What a weird night.
Been friends for a long time. I think we're good, guys. I think we're okay.
I think we'll be all right.
I think we'll be all right. Man.
Odd Aquarian says once she speaks, she'll see. I'm not sure who they are referring to. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Said
Okay.
the same thing to Sue as well. What did he say, Zenny?
Oh, I said to be careful. You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy that
People
is that
telling each other to be careful on YouTube all the time. It's,
Holly's been around for a long time.
and if it was heated more often,
yeah.
less people would be hurt on here.
Like listen, me and Holly have been close for a long time. We know what we're doing on this platform. We'll be okay.
I think I'm all right, but thank you.
Yeah, I tried to talk to him as well about you, Holly, and try to get him to talk to you. Maybe he seemed a little more open to that idea.
Listen, I offered to talk to him way back, right after he dogged me out on that New Year's Eve stream. And what did he do? Again, doubled down, came out the next day. It said nothing about his appearance, his.
I would like Deity to actually sit down and talk to Holly, but yeah, now Deity went after her for no reason. Really, she hadn't done anything to him, anything really.
Nothing, and repeatedly called me an ugly old hag. That's how immature is that? Like, it's the most immature shit.
Didn't you say you wanted me dead at one point?
About me.
He wanted a moderator dead and said if he had the money, he would have it done himself at one point. So it wouldn't surprise me.
There was literally right before he came on and squashed things with me. He said he wanted me dead.
Oh, Seven Roads wants to know, has he doxed people before? As far like, what's your relationship with him? Are you worried? Because Seven Roads said they would be.
Oh, don't be sharing personal information with him. That's for sure. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend sharing personal information with anyone
We're
online.
giving you advice because they're saying, look at the history, dude. No, I'll talk to Deity. Tell him to come up right now. Deity, come over. I'll silence everyone. It'll just be him and I.
Well, I don't have that kind of authority to just summon the false god, but I'll let him know.
I'm just saying it out loud because he's.
That's true. There are a lot of people who cannot handle the SNL skits towards them. I'm waiting for one to be made on me. I would love someone to make a parody of me. I'm very curious what they would do with it. Right? Because I don't know. I'm trying to think back about my behavior. What exactly could you parody? But I don't know. We shall see. I hope someone makes a parody of me one day. Because that is peak YouTube.
He says he doesn't watch me.
Deity? Wait a minute, now Deity won't come on here. He's such a pussy, man. Oh my god. It's crazy. To get him to go on anybody's stream, it's like pulling teeth for real. You know what I mean? Like, you have to like literally insult him to the point where he won't.
The one and only time he did it, he had to have 3 moderators with him.
I know, and he didn't even want to be on stream. he didn't even want to be on stream at that point. He didn't even want to be on stream. I had to like pretty much like just weasel my stream in there and like be like, oh, well, I'm on.
Remember, because he kept.
Just so we're clear, when Real Stream News baited Deity onto the stream and then got him on his own stream, that was a fucking class move. I don't know what's the term I'm looking for. That was a master class move right there. Okay, I mean he played poor Deity like a fiddle. Not like it was hard, but still, that was impressive. I kind of liked how he maneuvered that the way he did, but it didn't work out well for Deity in my opinion. So 3-on-1. And Mr. CJ managed to crush all three of them. And yeah.
Kept talking shit about me, and so
Yeah.
to have you down, you kept saying, listen, you got 3 mods. Let me have my 1 mod.
Just
So that at least she can defend herself because you're talking shit about her. Nope. Didn't want me up there. Hell no.
yeah. And that's the thing. He could squash these problems probably, but just by having.
I agree. Deity needs to come on suits, needs to defend himself, needs to do something about that whole Dollar General thing. That's just absolute insanity. That whole story. I mean, for the rest of the stuff aside, let's just get him on there to talk about Dollar General, since he's already made a big long video about it anyway. Let's get him on there to clarify a couple of things. Maybe because his own audience just eats it up anyway. So let's just convince the other people, his detractors, that needs to be looked into, or to convince his detractor that does not need to be looked into any further.
A conversation, but he's too much of a fucking bitch to do it. You know what I mean? He'd rather sit there and whine and make up lies and send people to do fucked up shit that isn't even like, he'll lie to you guys and he'll be like, oh yeah, this is what's going on, when it's not even true. It's just crazy
abuse of your platform. You guys, if any content creator comes to you and is like, and I know I don't need to tell you guys this, but it wants you to fucking do their bidding, some nefarious shit, please don't just take what they say at face value. Don't do what he does and do absolutely no fucking research. And then go after a woman who listen, it was to the point. I saw stuff where this woman, who is a single mother of a toddler, get threatened that they were trying to get her to get fired and lose her job. What kind of scumbag does that? Because you're pissed that a toilet overflowed and nobody helped you clean it, so you had to ask her. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Because he was a shitty worker and can't accept that.
That's it. That's exactly what it was.
Wow.
Did you read his email? He says that someone in the Dollar General had a random alcoholic customer off the street come and fix the toilets.
I heard about that.
Oh yeah,
that is just ridiculous.
You know who he said that about? The person I'm talking about.
Yeah,
again, I've never heard so much slander from one person about another person in all my life. That didn't happen.
Watching.
She's not allowed to have somebody come in off the street that isn't licensed to work on a fucking toilet or whatever.
They called him.
Yeah, that's absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. That you would have I can't get over that. That's the one thing out of all his story that sticks out to me the most. Okay, there are certain things about people's stories that stick out to me, and I just can't get them out of my head. And that's this one. I can't. Why would you have an alcoholic customer repair the toilets? And this isn't a mom and pop store. Apparently, this Dollar General in the United States is a big franchise type thing. You wouldn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. So either there is one hell of a circus going on at that specific Dollar General, or that is fabricated, or something was lost in translation there, because that makes no sense. Hello, Queen.
The company literally called him the problem. Like, I thought we got rid of the problem. Yep. Like, bro, like, come on. Do you need to say any more? Do you really need to say any more?
I really want to have some sort of a response from him, from all these criticisms of his story. I'd really be curious what he'd have to say.
Well, and then let me ask you on a personal note, how do you, I mean, what do you think about it? Let's say hypothetically, okay, just for a hypothetical, let's say that what I know about this individual is the truth about what was done to her. How do you feel about him now?
I mean, I never said he was a good person. I never said that, I just said that he needs to be in some way reined in and controlled. You can't, it's better than doing nothing. And you can't change anything from the outside, clearly, because it's just gotten worse as I've made videos. So maybe from within, I can, like I said, steer the ship. If he's doing something stupid, I can tell him he's doing something stupid, and maybe it would snap him back into reality. You get what I'm saying?
This is what I think.
It sounds like I'm babysitting, basically.
But why is that your job?
Yeah, right? Come on.
It's just something to do. I'm watching his streams anyway, just for content purposes.
I don't know, man. Sounds kind of pointless. Sounds kind of pointless to me, bro.
Here we go.
We shall see. We'll see if he just demods me eventually anyway.
It's true. I know what he told you because he bragged about fooling you after the conversation was over. I'm telling you, this is the truth. He had none of his main mods left to turn to.
So who is this odd Aquarian individual, and why do they seem to know so much? Again, this is why I think that this may be one of the people in the collective conspiracy against me. In fact, I think it's one of the people probably that were heading it, using a sock account. That certain Ranny individual. Just saying. Just saying. And now that I said their name, they're going to say something to me. Because every time I so much as say that person's name, they mysteriously know about it. It's quite interesting.
We turn to you.
Interesting. Well, if he thinks he fooled me, that's funny, because as a moderator, if I theoretically wanted to just go rogue, I could just start muting everybody. And he's got so many people muted. How would he know exactly who to unmute?
You take that problem out in 2 seconds, dude. He's probably fucking checking everything.
Honestly, you're probably unmodded already. I'm not even joking. You're probably
up here with us.
Just being real.
I agree.
We shall see.
And you know who's still gonna be here always? This girl.
Well, I know you will be.
It's because Holly's solid. Holly's always been there. Like, Holly's literally the most solid person I've met on YouTube by far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, you guys.
Well, let me see if I'm still a moderator real quick.
It's true, because you've never like really, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, what they do, they go through the cycle. They fuck you over, they come back around. They fuck you over, they come back around, and you just, I don't know. You've never done anything like that. People are just fucking crazy online. They really are, man.
I don't understand. Well, I have a conscience. First of all, I would feel bad.
Yeah, all right.
I also think it's real shitty when someone
Queen said the last time she was here, she had half the chat blocked. So that could be true, Ruby Violet. That's fine. And yes, Irish, double agent, indeed. You see, that's one of the benefits, actually, of being a moderator over there, is that, yes, theoretically, I am both the enforcer, the, what was the term I like to use? The wrangler, the troll wrangler, and a double agent at the same time.
Tells you something like privately, and they trust you with something privately. I could never turn around and go and like just dump all that information. And most of the time when people do that, it's usually like for clout chasing or for views or.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah. Personally, from my perspective, I don't take that much offense to it because I treat everything like it's being recorded anyway. So I sort of expect that to happen with everything. So.
Oh, you got a donation. Yeah.
That's probably why I don't get that upset about it anymore.
The bunny, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, the bunny. I'm so glad to have you here now.
Bunny's good people.
At home here, darling.
She's good people. She helped donate so I can get some treats for butterscotch. She's good people. Bunny's good people.
Oh, thank you, Rocket Surgery. I started following you because you're interesting. I'm not that interesting. But stay because I see you're loyal to your friends. I super respect that. Thank you. I really am loyal to a fault.
There really is. You could have fucked me over so many times. So many times.
I get in trouble for that by other people who kind of do the same thing to me that I'm trying to do to YouTube Schizophrenic right now. But like, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I'm safer. Probably because maybe because I'm older and I've been around longer or whatever. I can take care of myself. But I just think, and also the fact that Muse is a woman, I feel like she's using her, because someone did send me a little clip where you seemed a little smitten, where you kind of seemed like you maybe had a little bit of a crush going there. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But just, pay attention, because when a woman's using her feminine wiles like that, might let things go.
Now, I don't know why, considering who's also on the panel here, why they are telling me this. Maybe that's maybe that's something she should be telling both of us, both me and Mr. RSN. Just saying.
Go or not that you wouldn't normally, or you might miss some red flags along the way, because Wes stated it perfectly, don't you think, CJ? And
Yeah,
she did the same thing to you. Not that she wooed you or you were interested in it.
She tried. She tried though. She tried.
But
and that's actually when it fell apart.
Well, when Wes said, "What is this tiny little 5 foot, 115-pound girl with a feeding tube? What could she possibly do to harm me, big bad manly Wes Moast?" You know what I mean? And you got to put some stock in that, dude. Wolf in sheep's clothing is a real thing,
Like when somebody has the victim's hotline on speed dial, that's an issue, bro.
I agree.
Come on. Let's be real. Come on. How many times do you think she's called that? How many times do you think she's called that, bro?
You can hit my DMs.
I don't know the whole hotline business, and I've never once referred to a hotline.
She calls the fucking victims that, resources hotline. She's trying to get a come up off all this shit. Like, what do I do? I'm a victim. I've been trafficked, right?
Oh, we don't agree on everything. That's for sure. I mean, there's some of the things they do, I'm still rather confused by.
One of the things I saw was, these are the things that bother me. Okay, so she's sitting on the bus or whatever, and she completely tells the story that oh, hold on a second. Oh, G-Sniff, thank you for the super chat. More super chat.
More super chat.
She's yelling at you guys. No, you don't. No more super chats. Thank you, though, sweetheart.
Give Holly all your money because she's amazing. She's amazing.
Thank you, though, Ms. G Sniffs. You know I love you. That's true. I tell her that.
Puffin says something about if anyone's been a victim of that much shit in her life, playing your emotions, she's a habitual liar and manipulator. True.
It's impossible to play on my emotions. That's all I will say on that fact.
Absolutely. 100%. Listen, when she was sitting on the bus and said, you can look at the timestamps on the messages that she's sending to Wes, and he's saying, I would like you out by such and such a date, but I'm not going to throw you out in the fucking streets. If you can't leave by then, you still have a place to stay. But the $500 was incentive for her to leave earlier. So she said, then he ends up caving, and you can see it because I was mad at him. I was like, why'd you do that? You can see where he says, not only can you stay, but I'll still give you the $500. She turns right around on a live stream on a bus and says, guys, it turns out I'm not going to have a place to stay here in a week or two. I really need some help with that GoFundMe. So we're going to need some help with that.
Have you seen it?
Lie.
Have you seen that, dude?
Lie.
Oh no, I have emotions. They just cannot be played on because, like the false god said, I am a predator.
Have you seen the GoFundMe though? Have you seen it?
I didn't look at it.
Have you seen it, Schizophrenic?
Her GoFundMe? Yeah, I've seen it. What about it?
Have you seen how it's updated? Has somehow I'm the reason why she has no money and shit? It makes no sense.
I don't comment on the things they do publicly.
Does that make any sense?
Is very different than how they act as a person.
Yeah, no shit, because she's a manipulator. Does that make any sense to you?
Everyone manipulates publicly. I think they've even admitted that.
Is that okay though?
I don't know if they quite caught what I said there. Everyone manipulates the public, and that is the truth. Okay? That is the truth. And the fact he didn't acknowledge it probably just proves my point a little bit to an extent that everyone does. I haven't seen them manipulate the public in such a way I personally took offense to it. So take that for what you will. I have a policy that you can, I'm not going to say that they're a grifter, but you can grift people as long as you don't try to grift me.
That's a really shitty policy, dude.
Well, I don't know. I've been friends with bad people before. So let's be real here. If I wasn't willing to be friends with certain people, I would not be on this panel right now. Now, would I? Okay. So my ability to be friends with people who are clearly a threat to people is why I'm even on this panel at the moment. So why people are telling me it's a bad policy. Buddy, it's the only policy that works for us. So my perspective is different.
But what makes you think that it's not going to happen to you?
Oh
Then?
shit! This is.
Well, I
what
don't think she's a bad person. Everyone calls her a predator. I find that funny. If I've interacted. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's very true. She has a very protective and motherly nature, which is why what people say that Real Stream will turn on her one day. I don't believe that to be true. Her motherly nature appeals to him on a deep level. I think unless she tries to go after him in some way, those two will never have a problem. So all those people warning Holly, all those things, I don't warn Holly. If I have to warn Holly, things are really bad. With him enough that if I would have picked up on something by now. I'm way too paranoid.
Bro, there's videos and shit everywhere. Like, she did it to me. She did it to Brittany Simon. She did it to Wes. You are next. You understand this, right? Sorry. Sorry, Deity too. You are next. It's a fact.
Oh, Deity is making the Deity. I don't know what Deity's talking about with that. That's insanity. But see, that's the part of the thing I find insulting is when people are telling me I'm going to be made a victim. Okay, I am nobody's a victim. If someone tries to make me their victim, I will make them my victim in response. So I'm not worried about that in the slightest. I think we even came to that. We talked about that in our talk too, as well, about the whole assault allegation. No one knows where that came from. That's just him trying to like insert himself into a situation for some reason.
Has she shown you her quote unquote work pictures yet?
I don't kiss and tell.
She has, hasn't she? She has definitely. She definitely has.
I want to know, like,
oh shit!
All right, I got a question about this. How do you feel about? Okay, because I know this is stuff that I know you know about. Okay, how do you? So she basically said that, and I got it somewhere. I believe that I'll have to find it for you guys. And let you know which.
Well, Queen, I have a contingency plan if that happens to be the case. And we'll have a big live stream and we'll title it Ruining Muse's Life. And we're going to have a lot of fun if they try that on me. So don't worry about it. My contingency plan is flawless. The best part about my contingency plan is there's nothing they can do to stop it. So, yeah. And I've already told them my contingency plan because there's nothing they could do to stop it at this point. So don't worry about it.
Live stream it is that I have up where we're listening to, I believe, Deity, and she's up there with him. And
I asked her for those streams. I'm curious what she said because I've heard there was crazy.
And I are reacting. We're doing a reaction, listening to it, and I want to know. She's talking about how CJ purposely took a picture of her, exposed her nudes. She's another victim of the nude exposing now. And she actually like contacted the FBI.
For real, they contacted me. They were like, "Yeah, this chick who's got porno online, she's saying that you threatened her, blah 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 blah." They were like, "She's crazy." She was like, "She's crazy,"
and negatively impacts real women who have been in that position.
Like Schizophrenic, I literally sat down with the FBI about this, like for 5 minutes about her, and then they just talked. We had a conversation about Onision too, but they said she's crazy and she's wasting resources. Legit. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm done. I just wanted to know.
I don't think Muse is a real issue. I mean, you can go watch my interviews with them. They're pretty personal. They only lied to me like once. They omitted some things. I mean, they were, for the most part, on the up and up. As for their issues with other people, most of the issues they seem to have with people, they seem to say that they've have issues with all these YouTubers. It's 2 and 3 if you count the person in their personal life that went crazy on them. So yeah, that's you know, it is what it is. Actually, technically, I only counted 2 because the first one, the very first one, the Brittany Simon started that one. So don't start a fight you can't finish, I guess. But if I happen to be number 3, like I said, that's the pattern. But I doubt it. Oh, I believe that the FBI thing is real. I'm sure she did contact the FBI on him. That sounds like the level of hysteria I have come to expect. Policy, at least as far as I can tell, is if I'm good with somebody, she doesn't talk shit to me about them. You know, that's just not polite to do.
No, that's
We
not
haven't really discussed.
This is the last thing I'm going to ask you. This is it. I promise. And then I'll lay off. I just want to know specifically that situation. It's known to be fact. It's nothing to do with opinion or anything that she told you publicly or privately. It actually happened. That I have a stream up about it, and everybody's in the chat is telling you this happened. She contacted the FBI, got a case number, and sent the FBI after CJ, saying that he posted a picture of her where like she was naked. He showed, and actually like it was a picture of like a stream that she did. It wasn't like during her where she like masturbates for money or whatever.
It was the beginning of the stream and she kicked her fucking dog.
I want to know how you feel about, do you feel like that wastes resources and if you or if you think that negatively impacts real victims?
Well, he knows this. I sent him the stream, by the way. I sent him the stream though.
Oh, we discussed actually that whole FBI thing about revenge porn. We don't agree on that. We had to agree to disagree on that topic.
Okay, you don't agree. Okay, you answered.
Okay.
I want to know.
We actually discussed it, I think, in the last stream we did too, but we brought up the whole revenge porn thing. We had to agree to disagree on that topic on what the definition of revenge porn is.
I appreciate
so, like I said, we don't agree on everything. I don't have to support everything they do.
Honestly, like if you had agreed with that, then that would just be, I could not.
No, I don't agree that was, I don't think they kicked their dog. I don't see that in there. I'm sorry, I don't. But that, you know. Okay. They sat there and went on about the West Moast stuff, and I had to sit there and play dumb the entire time to avoid fucking violating people's confidence and everything. Yet, the one point that I could argue, without a doubt, and win that debate publicly, the dog kicking incident, he just said, okay, and then moved on. Really? Really? I'm not happy about that. The one point I could argue and win thoroughly, he just wouldn't engage with it. I mean, at the time, I don't know if I showed this in the stream or not, my poker face, as Irish was pointing out at one point. I don't know if my poker face holds up or not, but I fucking was dying on the inside. This was hilarious that he would not argue with me. Did you see how angry he was in that clip where we were, real quick, if you go back, we were in the replay. If you haven't, or if you're not watching during the replay, if you can go back in the stream, we real quick looked at the alleged dog kicking. You see how convinced he was at it? Yes, that was a dog kicking thing. He would not defend when pressed. That's all I'm going to say.
Look, I think Seven has it right. It says it does feel like two friends trying to intervene and save a friend from hurt. That's all it is. It's just us trying to save you from inevitable problems with the law, most likely.
I think he knows that that's what I'm doing. He just doesn't think it's necessary.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You know, I have no
If someone calls the FBI on me, there's going to be some reckoning for that. Don't worry.
I'm sure that West Moast felt the same way until he pulled up in a white town in Washington.
Well, the FBI already know about her. The authorities know she's a fucking clown and she's just crying wolf. They know this. You know?
Yeah.
There's only so many times you can call the authorities and say the same thing.
Right. And what it does is not just if something happens to her in the future, you know, crying wolf is not going to bode well for her because she could find herself in a position where she really needs intervention, especially considering, you know, working at peep show.
Interesting. Well, I guess we're going to have that ruining Muse's live stream after all. Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted, folks. I'm going to have to take this random person in chat's advice and run off with it. Just like my my good friend Deity does.
And these types of things and being an escort and the things that she does, she may need intervention and be protected. And they're just going to laugh at her
Yep.
But what really bothers me, and you guys know I say this all the time, I don't like when the disservice and the injustice that it does to actual real victims. Because then when you're in a position where something has happened to you and the cops are looking at you saying, we don't believe you, it's not because they really don't believe you. I mean, it is to some extent, but it's mostly because they've heard it 100 times, and 99 times out of that 100, it's people like Muse. And so they're going to be right most of the time.
They ruin it for everybody. They ruin everybody.
Fucking lied. And it's real shitty. I think it's real shitty. I think it's unforgivable. And I think that you can't go and have a platform where you're an advocate for domestic violence and all this other shit when all you're doing is going around and fucking accusing people of shit that they didn't fucking do. You are hurting the cause, not helping.
No, you're not helping anybody. You're literally just making it a joke. You are the reason. You are the very fucking reason people get questioned. Legit. The very reason.
Yes. I mean, that's how I feel, but people don't.
I mean, how can you feel any other way? I mean,
I don't know.
Honestly.
Well, that's why I asked, and that's YouTube Schizophrenic.
Well, if you'd like me to interrogate them on a specific topic, be sure to send me all the information. I'll interrogate them on it and give you my perspective.
I don't think you should interrogate anything. I think you should just run.
I don't know. I like
save yourself.
People.
I'm going to interrogate West Moast, but he found out I had a text message. She used to talk to me.
I agree, Puffin. Puffin said,
And to clarify another point on the West Moast situation, West Moast demanded I speak with him in his own comment section. Demanded I speak with him. Like basically said, you refused to speak with me. Then I agreed to speak with him in a voice call eventually, and I just waited because I wanted all the text messages first. Then I sat there with all those text messages once I had them, and I thought about it. Do I want to go in there and go into that call and let him spin me a fucking story and just see what happens, or do I want to play a game? So I decided to play a game. I posted publicly I had all of them. He sends me the screenshot of me saying I have them all, sends me a long message flipping out on me. I was like, this Discord call isn't going to happen now. So I decided to just fish for some information, and then lo and behold, we didn't have our call. The dude cucked out to me. He demanded I speak with him, agreed to speak with me, found out I had information on him, and then refused to. If that's not suspicious as fuck, I don't know what is.
Having someone call the cops accusing you of sexually trafficking them isn't what I'd call drama. I agree. It's not drama.
That's fucked up.
IRL, really, really horrible stuff. All right. So I think we covered it all. If you listen, you guys know my Twitter DM. You can hit me up on there if you have any questions for this person who I believe has 100% been victimized by Deity, aka Butthurt Phil. It's almost like a relief that nothing happened to her or her daughter. I mean, that's how bad this harassment.
Well, Queen, if me and Muse ever decide to do a stream titled Smug Victory Lap, you will not like Wes anymore. In fact, personally, I'm in the camp that we should just do that. Have a stream titled Smug Victory Lap, and we'll just play the same thing she sent me. And then we'll just watch the crowd slowly turn on everyone as the screen recording of all those text messages is played. I really want to watch that go down. I think that would be hilarious, watching the entire tone shift. But they're against it, so that is what it is.
God, the level of harassment was something that really surprised me. I wasn't aware that it was that bad. Like, I knew that about the doxing, the slander. I knew about like the social media stuff. I didn't realize that there was such a threat going on that this person's place of business had to station police officers outside, not just for a day or two either, to make sure that the harassment that she was undergoing didn't.
Oh shit! I muted myself. If you would like to have if anyone would like access to the same thing I have, you are going to need to contact Muse and ask for it. They have it all. I'm assuming they still have the same thing they sent me of every text message. They're probably not going to send it to you because it would be, to be honest, it doxes pretty much both of them and has pictures and shit. So they're going to want to, you know, show all that to people.
And ends up escalating to the point where she was, you know, physically hurt.
And
that's
are they the
horrible.
one that's still being called to this day? Prank calls and stuff? Because one of them is.
Yeah.
Is she the one getting the prank calls to this? I don't trust screenshots because they can be faked. Okay, text messages can also be faked to an extent, but they gave me a screen recording of their entire phone, and they hit the text like the tapping on the text messages to show dates and things. Now that could also be fake, but that is some elaborate fucking fake that they made specifically to screw with me. So it could go either way, I suppose, but I'm leaning heavily towards what they sent me was not fabricated evidence. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not completely dismissing it, but I don't think so. Plus, everything like lines up with the dates and with like the context of. If you look at the videos and the screenshots that he used in the videos, like they're you can find them in the text messages with the context, and it all adds up, in my opinion. I haven't seen anything to give me impression the video they sent me was fake, but it's possible. It is possible. It's just next level elaborate. This day because someone situation is.
I believe so.
He just incited it again by going on and reading that fucking novel.
Yeah, and all the Dollar General docs information, the screenshots from the stream are going back around again too. So
yeah,
see, this is why I think everybody should be aware of this shit so they know it's bullshit and not to act.
Do
not act. Yeah, do not act on this. Yeah,
exactly. So like I'm not trying to.
we're going over Holly's stream just to clarify a few things, talk about how to go through an interrogation process properly. We're also going to look at the heavy down thing, apparently, because I remember that heavy down apparently had a long apology to me. I want to watch that too. But no, nothing's really happened. I just want to talk about it because I feel like I was talked over a little bit, and I want to make sure that I clarify what I need to clarify and make sure that everyone's aware of what I meant and make sure there's no misinformation.
To get views or super chats. I feel horrible for her, and I want it to stop. I feel like at least if people know what really happened, then some of these people who think, listen, they think they're doing the right thing. I don't think that they're just bullies or people that are
Repsion sold his used underwear once. That's all I'm going to say on that particular theory.
Horrible people out trying to hurt somebody innocent. They think that she did all of these things.
Yeah, it's not for views or drama or anything like that. It's just gross, honestly.
Exactly. And I would hope that like anybody who's listening to this and you've taken up for him about this specific situation and you feel like you're helping by somehow teaching her a lesson or something like that, you're not. You're hurting somebody that is trying to raise a fucking toddler and just get by and get a fucking paycheck.
I don't really.
Yeah, him doing that to the Dollar General was totally unnecessary and crazy. It was. Yeah, you see, I don't know why people feel betrayed. Have I defended Deity at all on anything really? I mean, I seem to still hold my same opinions. So yeah, this is just ridiculous what he did to that Dollar General. There is no defending that. No defending. Even if his fucking insane story is true, you still can't defend sicking your fan base on it. There's just no justification. Crazy.
Like, get over it. Get over it. Get another job, you fucking loser. Take it like a man. Take it on the chin and get another fucking job.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, even if his crazy ass story is true, he's still in the wrong.
Which story?
His crazy ass why I was. Oh, all the stuff that Cadis Bane is saying about Repsion, I can back that up. I have access to the same Google Drive, I think. I don't know if it's the same one because there's a lot of stuff on that as well. But yes, I know exactly what you're referring to. And I can back up everything he is saying. why I had to quit Dollar General story. Even if that story is true, what he did was wrong.
But why would somebody who has a gay sister goes?
Oh, I'm not defending his story. I'm just saying even if.
But it's not. There is no if. It's impossible.
I just find it ridiculous. I just find it ridiculous if I lost a job and I was like, hey, RSN crew, let's go harass my old job. Let's go. Let's get them and give me money in the process.
We're all in agreement on. That's one thing all three of us agree on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just like because you were salty at your boss to sick your fan base on that's on the list of things people have pulled on YouTube. That ranks.
Like, get a life, dude. Seriously.
Agreed. All right. So are you two good? Is everyone good in the chat?
I'm good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you YouTube Schizophrenic. Thank you. That you were under fire. You were in the hot seat there for a minute, and nobody does it like you. So good job. Thank you for entertaining us.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that particular one. I think I did pretty well. I mean, I like being interrogated. I think it's good practice. It's a good mental exercise. But I want to go watch the Heavy Down thing because someone told me about that. And I want to watch that. So let me track down the Heavy Down stuff. Sorry, Bells of Nevermore. I used their dead name, which, by the way, I cannot believe they said that publicly. Bells of Nevermore is their new name, which I will do my best to remember. Give me 2 seconds to fucking find this person's channel. I found it. I think. Yes, this is it. Oh, God. I know people don't want to use the name, but we're on good terms, so I will use their name, Bells of Nevermore. However, publicly stating that it is your dead name is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. You're basically begging people, call me Heavy Down. You control me by calling me that. Like I said, I hope I can stream with this person still. And I can explain to them how to not be comedy fodder. Because they seem to be completely lost. Yeah, lolcow and kiwi farms are good for finding information. Actually, that reminds me. There's a kiwi farms type thing. If you're looking for the Muse situation and things on her X, you should look into Muse's kiwi farm page or whatever there is. There's a lot of stuff for that. So that could be good if you're looking for information. But all right, I'm going to pull up the Bells of Nevermore thing. I think we're good. All right. Let's watch. Cat. I would like to do a quick denial. I am not simping for Muse. In fact, if you look into their history, it's more factual to say they're simping for me. Or what other the term for simping on the female side is.
Bigger than shit. Sorry, I have like 10 things going on right now. Oh boy. So this is not going to be long at all. I've really only got about 10 minutes to do this because I'm expecting people over and it's going to get noisy in here. So, y'all wanted me to yell, right? I want to lay something out about the YouTube Schizophrenic. Thing number one, I shared some screenshots of his that were very, very sensitive. And number two, that was wrong as fuck. I don't know how many ways I can phrase that. I have apologized to him, and I've done it actually more than once. Both times I said, hey, look into my eyes, because I wanted him to see that I really, really regret what happened. And I do. It was shitty. It was inexcusable. It was.
Okay, maybe she's just making like an announcement like publicly, because I know some people were giving her shit for that on my behalf for some reason. So that would make sense. They're trying to do a quick public thing to let us know we're good. That makes sense. That is not true. I am giving away my dignity for kink sex. Moving on.
Wrong as hell. And I'm not going to give excuses because it is inexcusable. However, what I will say as a reason is I really drank the Deity Kool-Aid at that time. And I don't have it in me to think, God, I can't even talk. I just don't have it in me to stand around when somebody I think is a close friend is telling me that they're afraid and not do something about it. He had suspicions that Skits had something on him and actually used me as a cat's paw. The fault is still mine. I'm still the one who blah. Speech, can we do it? I'm still the one who shared the screenshots. I
don't know if that narrative is actually accurate. Deity hadn't. If you go back and watch the stream, that Deity had no idea who Heavy Down even was. That he knew who they were, but they didn't know that who Heavy Down had actually had anything to do with the screenshots or anything. It's more accurate to say that she took the screenshots herself to run off and get in the good graces of Deity again. That's a more accurate interpretation of events. But either way, we're good. I'm just trying to be accurate here about what occurred.
And I'm still getting dragged about it. And that's not really that much of a concern to me, because two people that are, if this cat doesn't stop trying to climb in my lap, the two people that were most involved in it have an understanding. And he has forgiven me, because what I said was, I really hope that you can forgive me. And he said, yes, I forgive you. We are at peace. We are okay with each other. I actually count him as a friend. He's a great, great guy. Tune into his streams. He's awesome. In fact, as soon as I get done here and I go to edit this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a link to him, because I want people to listen to what Skits has to say. Doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's
all right. Honor dictates I do the same. That's my policy. Someone links to me or gives me a shout out, I do the same thing to them. Even if it's sarcastically, I give them a sarcastic shout out. True story. Deity gave me a sarcastic shout out once, and I gave him a sarcastic shout out right back. That's just how it works. There you go. Go sub to Bells of Nevermore. Go hear what she has to say. Continuing on.
very kind-hearted. And people have come down on him lately because he's one of Deity's mods. Maybe lay off. The reason he does what he does is because he's got a huge heart. He's actively trying to get the Deity drama to stop by providing a good example and giving him some advice that I admit I didn't have the strength in me to do. And when Deity rained screenshots down on my head that nobody had permission to take of me from RSN's Discord, my response was to bail, was to basically say, hail and farewell. I don't wish you wrong, but bye-bye. And I bye-byed. And again, this is not offered to you as an excuse. This is offered to you as the antecedent for what happened and sort of a picture of what was going through my mind at that time. In no way should I have exposed Skitz's mental health condition, despite the fact that it's in his name. That was not mine to talk about. It's only his.
Well, you know, it's not actually what happened. She exposed the fact that I don't take any of the medication thingamajigs, which is fine. I was going to talk about that publicly at some point anyway. And like I said, I don't say anything I wouldn't. When you're talking to someone, you don't truly know which side they're on. You don't say anything that you don't think is going to get leaked out and recorded. I mean, it's just generally how it goes. If you want me to have a full, you know, non-private, like what's the term? Non-filtered conversation with you, I'm going to need your full docs so I can have something to leak out on you. Just leak that in the conversation. So if you leak my messages, I can leak your messages right back. And you know what I mean? That's my policy. So unless I have something in particular in the messages I can use against you, I don't talk about things that I'm not okay with the public knowing. It's one of the reasons I'm very limited with my text conversations. So the whole idea that she committed some horrible offense against me, I would like to just dissuade that right now. Quit going after her on my behalf.
To talk about. And I'm very sorry I did it. And I deeply apologize once again. Skitz, if you watch this, I can't tell you how sorry I am. You are a great young man. You are just, there's just nothing wrong with you. You know, and again, I'm sorry I did what I did. I don't know what else I can offer people about it. I don't know what else I can put forth about it. All I can do is just say that I'm really sorry. And
I'm fine with that, honestly. It's in my name. You know, and you can refer to me as any variation of my name, the Skitz or Schizo or whatever. I don't mind that.
it's very hard to do this when I'm trying to be soulful, and every time I put my hand down, there's a cat that chews on my hand. Well,
I don't know if she's insane, and I don't know about gaslighting. How the love bombing thing? Oh yeah. I'm already seeing some of that already. Muse does it too. Like I called Muse out to it publicly. Quit love bombing people. Muse love bombs really bad.
the cat is sorry. Okay, that's probably why he's interposing himself. It's nobody is obligated to accept an apology when someone fucks up and they apologize. That's just the bottom line. When I made this apology and when I made the other ones, I didn't have an expectation or an entitlement to him accepting said apologies. It really speaks well of him that, in fact, that's what he did. He decided that, he was going to walk into this and complete this thing with an open mind.
Well, I don't know. Like, personally, for me, it doesn't bother me because I said it was fine. However, the principle of it, if they were talking to a normal person, yeah, the principle of it is really, really shitty. I mean, it really is. It's indefensible. They even say, I think it's indefensible. So yeah, going after them and criticizing them on that point is fine. However, I don't suspect they'll ever do this again. I think this legitimately bothered them.
And I think he's awesome for doing that. And that's one of the reasons why
The only thing I can be thinking of is that there were some people in Holly Undead's chat definitely going after her, and Holly Undead was particularly critical of her. Holly Undead, it's fine. I like I said, I love Holly. You know, she really went after her for that, and that's fine. I get what she's doing. She's just defending me, and you know, that's cool. But yeah, I think that's what has Bells of Nevermore, Lothbrenna, I think is how you say that, maybe Lothbrenna. Anyway, the Bells of Nevermore in such a state right now of regret is because she was attacked during that stream. At least I think so. I don't know if anyone else is going after her otherwise.
Support this guy. He's just a good dude. And, you know, I hope that saying what I have said today. Now, this one's absolutely going to stay open, and this one is going to have the comments left open because I do want to establish a dialogue about this. With one caveat, if you come in there and you start being rude, you do get hidden. You know, we can all talk without being douchebags, calling names and acting like an idiot, including myself. So if you want to come in and discuss this politely, I'm open, I'm down. Running out of shit to say, you know? I'm not sure, you know, I've caught a lot of flack about all this, and I'm kind of not sure what else I can do to satisfy people, to get across that I feel bad. I mean, I was on the stream yesterday with Holly Undead and RSN, and I reiterated what I said here. I'm sorry. It was wrong. It was fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. I apologize, and I even apologized. Why do I get the hiccups every time I try to stream? I also apologize to Holly for shit that I said about her. I'm going to be sending her an email with a link to this stream.
I am glad that she apologized to Holly, because Holly hadn't really done anything to her, and yeah, she was kind of mean, like really mean, for no reason. So I'm glad those two are going to be on speaking terms.
Stream once it goes up. And sometimes StreamYards does weird shit. You know, that's one of the reasons I found out that my streams are just like taking forever to pop. Hopefully this one does soon. I see that I have 5 viewers. Hello to you all, no matter who you are. I mean, shit, as I said, I'm running out of stuff to say about this because it's, you know, you don't hang a caveat after an apology unless it's like, you know, listen, this is where my head was and I'm still really, really sorry. If it's integrated into said apology, that's one thing. But generally speaking, anything after an apology, anything after but is shit. There is no but here. What I did was fucked up. There are antecedents.
Yeah, I mean, I see some people saying that she is only apologizing because of people hating on her. I don't know if that's true. There are so many people from the false gods camp that have come to apologize to me for the things they've said about me that I don't take any of that personally. So, oh, interesting question. So, are you still a mod in the Fake Gods channel? Oh, also, do you know why she's spouting things about satanic, or he's been spouting things about satanic beliefs? Yes, I am still a mod, and no, I have no idea why he's quoting Satanism as a justification for outing gay people. Not a chance. Okay, personally, if I was going to do something like that, I would be quoting the Art of War, not Satanism. Why he went that route, I have no idea. That's an interesting choice. Maybe is he felt what he was doing was truly evil, so he had to turn to Satanism in response. Maybe he was trying to play on the people of Alabama's religious tendencies by hyping himself up as an evil Satanist. No idea. But that's an interesting choice of tact to go wrong.
And I'm offering those because I want to give people a portrait of what was going through my head, because the why of it makes it a little bit easier to
I believe I scared Cat off by trolling them back. I don't know. Kind of wish they'd come back. They were providing a unique perspective, but they appear to have gone. Oh well.
understand, and it's not flattering to me. I was an idiot. I got sold a bill of goods. And I'm sorry, I acted on information that just wasn't so. You know, I feel awful. I don't have any other way to say it. I just feel like shit. And fuck, man. Skits, my dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm so fucking sorry. I've got diagnoses myself. I'm blast open about having bipolar. But that did not give me the right to throw out there what's going on with you. And I'm fucking sorry, man.
We've already apologized twice, and I've accepted them each one. I don't need any more apologies, please. I don't like apologies. I'm uncomfortable with apologies, to be honest. I'd rather us just silently agree that we done fucked up and move on, personally.
And every time this gets dragged up, every time I get dragged over it, it hurts again. Because you're such a good guy. And you forgave me when you didn't have to do that. I'm sorry, man. I'm so fucking sorry. And I just hope that, I don't care who uses this. I don't care if it gets blasted out on Sue Yourself. I don't give a shit. Because the only thing that's going to do is people are going to see my heart. And people are going to understand that there is a cost to me. But that cost to me is nothing compared to the cost to you. And I'm crying not because, these aren't any fucking crocodile tears. My name isn't Queen of Spade. Shit, I probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm going to leave it.
Jesus, there's some serious shade, or should I say some spade being thrown, apparently. Wow. Yeah, Queen is here in the chat. So, some shade. Sorry, some spade being thrown, man. In my, apology video, apparently.
Fuck, I got about 1 minute before my care worker gets here. Jesus Christ. This hurts so much that my train of thought gets derailed and I have a hard time even talking. The shame is pretty huge. It's just the regret that I feel. It's like a big old sore. Because I just feel like I hurt such a good-hearted, wise beyond his years, open-minded, gentle human being. Skits, I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
I don't know if I'd describe myself as a gentle human being. No, I don't think most people would describe me. I mean, I can be gentle, but not generally. Not generally.
Hi, Kanish. I'm about to sign off, in a couple of minutes here. As soon as there's a knock on the door, I'm gonna need to go. And I wish I had longer to do this. And I wish I had Skits on here. And I wish I could have my cam on so people could see me look into those bright eyes and say that I'm sorry.
If you want me to stream with you, I would ask that you not do any more apologies. I don't need any more apologies. That would be the 4th apology. I'm good. I'm good. I didn't need the first one. We're good. So, yeah, please. No more apologies. I'm good. I do a stream about something else. That's what I thought, too. I thought she was like a Norse person. So I don't know.
Not possible right now. Maybe sometime in the future. He's just, he's not around at the moment, or I would have invited him. I can't do this right now, guys. I need to go. Remember, don't be like me. If you can't be good at it. But try to be good in a kind way. God's bless you all. Goodbye.
Whoa. That ending. I could never understand getting that emotional on the internet. I really couldn't. I do not. There's a mental disconnect between me and crying online. But as far as that goes, once again, I have accepted the apology. Please don't make any more. Yeah. I don't even know what to say there. I'm at a loss for words here. Oh, if you can't be good at it. Definitely a policy I can be down for. Definitely. So, unless there's anything else, questions, comments, or concerns, I'm ready to wrap this up here. We're almost at 3 hours. And it doesn't feel like it either, which is nice. The candle, I think, is the trick. The playing with fire. So, anything else before I go? Yes. Yes, bunny. Simp. Basic female, they are trolling. I'm at least 99.9% sure based on everything else they've been saying. Yeah, I've heard similar things from people. The whole "don't be like me" thing. Yeah, in fact, I'll give you a "don't be like me." Yeah, I heard someone in my comment section was saying that that basically that I'm a bad role model. If you're using me as a role model, you've got some serious issues. Serious issues. So, oh yeah, I will. The Repsion stream may very well happen. He knows Brittany Simon IRL, so depending on how that situation ends up going, I might end up doing the Repsion stream for both a mixture of clout and a petty revenge. Mainly clout. Otherwise, I won't be digging up anything in the man's personal life. Although my alliance with Onision still stands until I feel all of our mutual enemies have been dealt with, which are just our mutual enemies are growing by the month at this point. Every month we have more mutual enemies. It's quite funny. Well, I am not in the UK, but yeah, it's sun shining here as well, and my dogs are beginning to wake up, so I want to get them outside. The only reason I was able to do this is because I had all of the lights out and everything else. I was able to simulate darkness. Well, some of it's performance art, definitely. She engages in some performance art, some hyperbole, much like Muse does. But, nah, she's speaking from the heart in a lot of it, definitely. Because we spoke privately a little bit as well before she did that stream. Just to do another, it was our second apology. And, no, I'm pretty sure she feels that way, even if she may have hyped it up a bit for the camera. The only thing I don't like is a little bit of misinterpreting of events. Like, she played it up like Deity sent her in there, played her up and sent her in there. That's not what happened. Deity doesn't know anything about it. Now, his moderators may have had something to do with it, but I doubt it. I don't think anyone even knew I had a connection to Heavy Down at that point. Other than the fact that she had an issue with Deity moderators as well, and I'd linked to her in a video. So no, I'm pretty sure she just ran it off to there for brownie points. Which again is fine, but I'd like to get that part corrected. Yep, I agree. And we'll end with that. All right. Yes, thank you all for joining me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as is tradition. And I'm going to end the stream by putting the candle out with my fingers.